if I need that one. I think that's all of them. Inshallah. Share. Receive. Send. Okay. What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Good afternoon and good evening to all of you watching me, wherever you are in the country and across the earth. I wanted to speak yesterday, if for no other reason than I wanted to clear up or clarify some things that I said in my last stream. One that stands out the most is the crux of what we were talking about was the death of Michael Jackson, and it was the 35th or the 13th anniversary of his murder. And one of the things that I misstated towards the end was I said to you, I was talking about his last performance of Earth Song was in This Is It. And I was saying it's the most beautiful, it's the best he's done that song. It was so powerful. But I was saying that because I was talking about his voice and I was making my case for why I don't think he was still on prescription medication. And I was giving you examples to say that he wasn't, there was some other vocal problems through the show, through that movie, the rehearsal. But, but there were so many places where his voice was very solid. And one of them was Earth Song. But when he did, I said that he didn't do the, he did that. He didn't do the, what about yesterday? What about us? What about disease? He just was doing falsetto there. So that was wrong. And it's a small thing, but not so much. I'm stalling because I'm trying to pull up this article. And because I don't think I did this, I don't remember. Oh no, it's the law. First, let me see who's here. I want to shout out Cheryl Bryant. Shout out to you. And I realized something, Cheryl. There's you, and then there's Laurel. You, Laurel, and Shiro. I was getting you confused with Laurel at one point because you guys have the same last name. Andrea Smith, shout out to you, Queen. Khalifa of the Most High, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shout out to you, brother. No, you didn't, Cheryl. Greetings, foundational black man. James Scorpio Jackson, I'm glad to have you back. It's an honor. Shout out to you, brother. Yes, let's hit the like button, everybody. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're feeling generous hit the Cash App. God damn it. Righteous Indignation. Shout out to you. I hope I get a chance to see and hear you one day. Hint. Cheryl Black family, let's all stay on code. Be keeping the black first, or be one mindset. Righteous Indignation. I may be in and out on here. That's fine. Damn, I forgot all about that song. Oh man, that's the song, Righteous Earth Song. And as I was pointing out in the last piece, you know, Michael wrote that song before anybody was talking about global warming. You know, he wrote this whole song about the earth, its beauty, and what we're doing to it. Humanity, he's calling account to humanity. He's questioning God. It's such a humble, innocent, powerful song. And I don't know if anybody else could have sang it, if just to hear it for the first time, and like that artist is this person and it wasn't Michael, I don't know if it would have been the same song. You know, he has a tenderness that he can capture in his voice, call from his instrument when he wanted to, that was necessary for that song. You know, what about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shores? I can't do it. It's Michael. Man, it's beautiful, man. Earth song, earth song, earth song. Profound. Wow. Anyways, I want to say that one of the things that I wanted to bring before you today, everybody, is a couple of things. You know, I brought you, and I don't know if I did it, and you're going to tell me when I start, because we covered and maybe I mentioned it. I don't remember. I'm going to say it and y'all tell me right now. Remember I said to you about the Aaron dude, the security guard that was allegedly at work at the Buffalo shooting, that we found out he had an invention. And did we do this, y'all? Anyways, did I bring you the guy that now does the water out of air? And the White Devils, of course, attacked one of the machines. Did I bring you that? Talk to me. Talk to me. Anjanae, shout out to you. I'm just being spoiled by the Jedi recently. What's up, Jedi? Greetings, Queen. It's so good to see you. Wow. I don't know if so I'm gonna do it because I don't know if I did it, because sometimes I do stuff. I'll record a video and I lose the energy for it. I'm over it, or I decide that needs to be live. I don't know if this is one of those, you know. But this dude, how do I get it on here? Saved. Okay, we're in. And you guys didn't tell me about the air last time. I kept telling you, if there's a problem, let me know. So when I heard it back, you could hear that my audio is not as, you could tell something is a buffer between me or something. You could still hear me, but it wasn't, whatever. This dude, where is he? I feel like I played this for you guys. I don't want to be redundant, and I don't want to waste time. But this brother came up with this machine that creates water out of air. And he's putting these machines all over the country in different cities. One was Flint, Michigan, and that's where the White Devils detected. This is the news report.
Clean drinking water, a natural resource we often take for granted near the Great Lakes. But Moses West knows a water crisis is quietly growing.
Everybody knows we're running out of water.
A problem the retired ranger spent the past 4 years working to eliminate.
All the water that we need it exists right here in the air.
He believed so strongly in that idea. In 2015, West invented an atmospheric water generator, or AWG, a machine that takes in air and turns it into drinking water.
We're at the place now, I think, making 50, 100, 200, 250,000, a million gallons of water at an incredibly low energy consumption. I think cheaper than groundwater by far. Cheaper than desalination.
So far, 12 of these AWGs exist. West planted them in 3 areas, including the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and Flint, Michigan.
I need to engage with the people here, and I need to show them what this machine does, and they need to understand that it is their machine, and I am here for them.
West says his AWGs are federally approved, and the water quality is also tested by the Colorado Water Authority.
It's clean. It's good enough to drink. No bacteria or anything in it. And the reason that we go through the filtration process, so as soon as you turn it on, it starts making water.
You may be wondering how these atmospheric generators are tied to Wisconsin.
Most of West AWGs were manufactured right here in Manitowoc.
And the people of Manitowoc should be proud. Just 1 unit provides a city with hundreds of gallons of clean water. The best part, it doesn't cost residents a penny. West works with organizations like the Water Rescue Foundation to cover the cost. So far, the response in the community has exceeded his expectations.
They were very happy that somebody actually cared enough for them to come to jump over the bureaucracy, come to a private piece of land and do this thing.
Right now, his priority is planting these AWGs in Flint, helping our neighbors here in the Midwest.
They drained fuel. They added something to the coolant lines. They played with electronics. And that's not typical vandal stuff.
Less than a week after bringing free water to Flint, Moses West says the green machine he designed to do just that was vandalized.
Once they broke into the machine and they destroyed the generator, very technical. They knew what they were doing. It wasn't just, random vandalism, not at all. They destroyed the battery. They put metal in the fuel system. I saw that when I was cleaning the fuel filter.
West is a military veteran.
You see, no matter what we do, even when you're not looking for them, they come looking for you.
And who travels across the country to areas in crisis, bringing a machine he designed, like this one, that literally makes fresh water out of thin air. He put the green machine out for people along Saginaw Street on Thursday and was hoping to make
protesting, begging, and asking, because they don't understand that. Sometimes you got to smack folks.
a big impact. He says before the vandalism, they were giving hundreds of people free water every day.
You got to look at, I'm making anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 gallons of water a day and giving away for free. That's a lot of money out of somebody's pocket someplace.
West says that he can only speculate as to why someone would try to destroy something that was just trying to help the community.
West says he hopes to have the green machine back open and working again soon, with some anti-vandalism features added as well.
It actually sits in the air. I set it on the ground because the ground was a little bit unstable for it to sit on the legs, but now I've got all support for the legs. All 21,000 pounds, though, it'll sit up in the air and make it harder for people to get to do devious things to the machine.
Clean drinking water, a natural resource we often take for granted near the Great Lakes. But Moses West knows a water crisis is quietly growing.
Oh, snap, started over.
Everybody knows.
My bad. Okay. Because the point that I was making on that was to tell you that energy is free, everybody. Water is free. Energy is free. Everything is supposed to be free. Do you understand? You know, I'm just old enough to remember when you could have a radio and like you could get, or even some of us remember when you could get stations on your television just with the antenna. But every time you hear about Congress signed a new thing with the FCC and this and the third, they taking the shit that's just in the air that's free. You know, I told you about the brother that forget what African country, we'll just say Nigeria, that came up with the television that was just radio waves. You don't need to plug it in. It's nothing. And the TV works. All the stations, it's there. It's nothing. Then the other African brother that created the water purifier thing with the toilet, you know, the white devil stole his invention. You know, and so this is just another iteration of our people continuing to invent, which is what we've always done. And most of the stuff that we see and interact with every single day was produced by an African hand, came out of the mind of an African, you know. But these demons take credit for it, you know, shamelessly, you know, as if it's their own. And man, I'm just, man, I can't. But I do remember, I think I did bring that to you, but but it doesn't matter because we did it again, but everybody needs to know about this guy because now we have to be on watch, you know, to see if either this is stolen or if something happens to him. We already see where the white devils went and sabotaged one of the machines. You know, nobody else did that except for white people. Nobody else did that. No one else. And that's the other value of bringing this, because I've been hammering this since I've known you, that all the problems of humanity are caused by white people. That's a statement of fact, everybody. That's a statement of fact. I just saw over the last day, there was a white kid, young, I don't know, he's over 18, but he's from the UK. He's one of these Christian missionary people. Simply Sandra, shout out to you. I see you, girl. He's one of these missionary people, and he was showing images and stuff and confirming what we already know. When they go to these African countries to spread this Christian vomit, in this case, they weren't even spreading the Christian vomit, because he said not only were most of the time when they go, the people there already have faith. They're already people of faith. They already, a lot of times they are Christian already. But it's usually just a photo op. Like literally take babies from the parents and they're taking pictures and they just give it any type of caption, really. No permission from the parents. One little girl he showed, he said that this little girl was, I forget, but he contrasted it to a white kid that they had taken a picture of someplace else, and they literally put in their post, you know, with the consent of parents. And he was saying, like, they never do this for African children. His whole thrust for doing this was because he was in a lot of guilt from just the heist of it all, you know. And he even used the term white savior complex, you know. Like, I really feel like these people should not be able to travel to the African continent. I don't even see South Africa as an African country, even though it's mostly our people. But these white demons, you only need 3 or 4 of them, and you've just ruined it all. Literally. And South Africa is a very good example of that. How are 3 fucking white people running South Africa? Why aren't they being murdered off and macheted off? Literally overnight. You wouldn't need a lot of people just to really just to exterminate them from the continent. This is the poison wherever they exist. The poison. There's no other word. There's no other word. Poison. A virus, an anthrax, a stench, a parasite. I'm over it. Anyways, the other thing I needed to do, because we skipped over it in the interest of time and everything else on Friday, and that's fine. It was necessary. Where are we at now? And I need to make sure that I'm not skipping something, y'all. So I need you to just be patient with me, because I need to make sure that I get this right. In fact, I won't come to that yet. I want to come to this, because the headline of it struck me, and I had it as something to possibly go into in our last stream, but I didn't. And I don't care anything about Tesla and Elon Musk or his mom or anybody else, quite frankly, but I care about African people. And this is also to do with law, that you had ex-Tesla workers in racism case turn down jury award after judge cuts it 89%. I didn't read it. I don't know what this is, when it was. I don't know anything. But I had pulled it because you'll remember when we did when we covered the Buffalo shooting, that group of workers that I was bitching about was the thrust of my video, the weakness of African people, particularly black men, that all those workers had come from Amazon or Tesla, something. And one of their things they mentioned was that they were, getting some grief for even coming to even speak, to come down to this part of Buffalo to even, have their say and all this sort of thing. So Tesla workers, like I don't even think about the fact that but I always tell you, we're in every single sector of this society. It's just the wrong black people are there. I mean, we're the perfect mold to take over everything if everybody was operating from the same base, man. From Congress, everybody black in Congress could take over the Congress, stop all bills, stop all legislation, stop everything. We have that power. We have people in place, but they're there with that Christian mind and that weak heart that comes with it. Ugh, I can't. A former Tesla Incorporated contractor has refused to accept $15 million in damages over racist abuse he was subjected to at the electric vehicle maker's Northern California factory after a judge drastically slashed a $137 million verdict, $137 million jury verdict. So this is also striking because it goes to what I tell you all the time. They change the rules in the middle of the game when it's us. So you had a jury of your peers say that was some bullshit, 137 million. White devil judge, we're sure, says, no, 15 million. We're going to find out. Owen Diaz on Tuesday told U.S. District Judge William Orrick that he won't agree to the 89% cut. Instead, Diaz plans to seek a new trial, his lawyer, Larry, somebody said. All right. Quote, in rejecting the court's excessive reduction by asking for a new trial, Diaz is again asking a jury of his peers to evaluate what Tesla did to him and to provide just compensation for the torrent of racist slurs that was directed at him, Oregon said in an email statement. I want to say this too, because this is putting the scales of justice. The bitch is blind, and we just don't know. It could go either way. We just don't know. So for a judge to put his finger on the scale, A, is some bullshit, and B, will now in a new trial, will this lawyer for defense get to bring that in as something for the jury to consider, the new jury to consider? Say, listen, he was already awarded 137 million. We're only back because a judge dissed him. I promise you they will wrangle over that, and that new judge, depending on who they are, that's going to be the linchpin. Can that come in? Can that jury know that? Court prosecution will say, no, or that's present, or that's present, or well, in this case, it will be the prosecution. Anyways, but they'll claim it's something is buzzing. They'll claim it's prejudicial. Well, it'll prejudice the jury. Really? Because the judge was prejudiced, bitch. To a jury that did just fine. You see? Wow. I'm glad they didn't take the 15 million. I'm glad. I'm glad about that. That I'm glad about. Mr. Diaz seeks to restore a fair and just punitive damages award that will punish and deter Tesla for the racist conduct to which Mr. Diaz was subject, and to prevent future harassment from occurring. I want to say this also, because then the judge needs to write a rule. He needs to write he needs to write his opinion. That needs to be written and made public, because we know it's some bullshit already. And are you in bed with Tesla? Why would a judge need to do this? You bring your lawsuit to be litigated in the court of law by the jury. That's it. So the only reason for you to deny this would be, oh, that's too much for Tesla to pay. That's my homeboys or whatever. Black people have got to get gangster at every level in this bitch. I just saw a piece, it's old, but I saw it on Instagram, where this Nigerian brother, he's filming this Asian bitch. She's in an elevator and she's holding it. So he needs to get up to his floor. He's in a hurry. He's got to do stuff. And she's holding the elevator and talking shit. And he's negotiating with her and complaining. Punch that bitch. That's a dead Asian bitch, if that's me. Like, no more of this filming these people that are terrorizing us every day. No more. No more. No more. No more. What's anybody going to say? How dare you didn't let them terrorize you? Well, they're sick enough to say that. And the thing that really got my gall is that she had a slight grin on her face because she felt safe. She didn't feel like her teeth were going to be knocked in. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Therein lies the problem. In October, Diaz won what's believed to be one of the largest verdicts in U.S. history for an individual plaintiff in a racial discrimination case, following a several-day trial in San Francisco. That's related video. Oric has denied Tesla's request. Wait, Tesla, that's new. That's something else. Oric has denied Tesla's request for a new trial based on the condition that Diaz accept the reduced award. So what you're saying, I'll deny Tesla's request for a new trial if you go ahead and take this lousy 15 million? Is that what we just read? I'll just read it again. Oric, the judge, Oric, has denied Tesla's request for a new trial, comma, based on the condition that Diaz accept the reduced award. So that's what we read. The judge is inappropriate and it should be fucking thrown off the bench, literally. Tesla didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Oric ruled 7th January that Diaz can't appeal his April decision to cut the massive jury award. Really? So I'm gonna fuck you until you can't do shit about it. That's a dead judge. That's a dead judge. That's a dead judge. In my perfect world, that's a dead judge. Wow. Can't appeal his April decision to cut the massive jury award. The former elevator operator didn't pinpoint questions of law that would warrant a review, Oreck said in his ruling. Didn't pinpoint questions of law that would warrant a review. In other words, this needs to be dead as judge is saying there was nothing that he brought or pinpointed that is either addressed under the law or is in conflict with the law. Like he doesn't have any, there's nothing, he doesn't have any leeway. Well, I would argue then this is where you make case law, because they already said that it's the largest award ever given in a racial discrimination suit. So this is where you make case law. You see, this is exactly where you make case law. You do get that other fucking thing and you get another verdict, or you censure the judge or something. You understand? So because there's going to be other people need to come and get their 137 million, because white people still exist. And until they're dead and extinct, we're always going to need a lawsuit. But again, this is also pointing out how white collusion, white allegiance. Do we have a black judge that would have been there to be on the side of our people? You see, you have black people get into places and you just act just like white people. So we don't need you there. We don't. By default, if you're black, you there, you should be doing something black, not something white, which is by default evil. I'm over it. The case is Diaz versus Tesla, U.S. Court, Northern blah blah blah. And you can look up, you can look it up. I'm over it. I mean, we're just being disrespected at every fucking turn, dude. And we're not answering it. We're not answering it. We're not answering it. We're not striking fear in our enemy. We're not. We're not. We're not striking fear. Other thing I wanted to bring you, because this just buttresses my point. Remember, I've told you a million times when I get on my rant and I say to you, black women need to just start, instead of telling our children when their father's not there that he was this and he's a third and he's not doing anything and you knew he wasn't that when you fucking laid down with him, you need to just start telling your kids you was picking a penis and not a father. You didn't give a fuck about their future. You was just looking for the dick. Boom. Roll clip number 2. I can show you better than I can tell you. Wait. Let me cue it and bring you in. This, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could, but it was such a gift. Like, wow, this is really, this is really a gift. Share. Bingo. Wait now. Yeah, I muted it. I have to be able to hear it, everybody. So I can't really do anything about the feed from the speaker to you. And if I do it on here, there's a delay. I need to do it in real time. So forgive me. Hear this now.
I don't like is women that don't have kids speaking on women with kids and how they deal with their baby daddy. Oh, but you chose him. Bitch, I didn't choose shit. The goal was dick. And so having babies here. But I didn't choose shit. I did what God would want me to do and keep my baby. That was it. If I knew he was going to be a deadbeat, you think I would have had a fucking baby with him? You fucking stupid fucking idiot. You really think we would have had a baby with a nigga that wasn't gonna take care of his kids? Please save that energy and that talk for the bitches that got a baby with a nigga that got 2 and 3 baby mamas. The first baby mama, as such as myself, I don't have a reference. I am the reference. Okay? I didn't have nobody to ask. But if I'm telling y'all he don't take care of the one he got, and then y'all gonna go ahead and have a baby by him, y'all go right ahead. Bitches acting like they don't know niggas take care of their kids because they still with you. He got a lid here. Nigga got a whole other kid he don't give a fuck about, and y'all think y'all a fucking family. He got a lid here, ma'am. He with you still. The day you leave his ass alone is the day he leave them kids alone too. I promise you. So when y'all start talking y'all shit, please know what y'all be talking about, because these first baby mamas, we take this shit real personal when it comes to ours, because we ain't asked for this shit. Okay? We ain't asked for none of this shit. Okay? The goal was dick. Good day. The fuck?
The prosecution rests. Your witness. I said this. I've said it a million times. You guys have heard me say this. I knew that inherently. Just instinctively, I knew that. And I'm not really mad at her for telling it out loud. That's acknowledgement, you know? But what does it do to our children, man? It just sets up the cycle, because you don't say those words to your child so they can be mad at your ass. Then they're mad at the father, which not really, that's not, I mean, you can still be mad at the father, but not really so much. Because it's still both things. Like, whatever happened, you still had the baby with this sister. So you still have the responsibility. You just do. But at the same time, you weren't ready to be a father. She wasn't ready to be a mama. She didn't really want no baby. She's telling you right there. And that's what the part that kills me. So fine, you pick the penis. Protect. And only the women taking chemicals. Just he needs to put on 3 fucking rubbers. I can't. Y'all just giving the milk away, and then you're shocked that nobody's buying the cow. Just don't understand. You just handing out ribeye steaks and milk and shit. Wow. But that was powerful, because it's right out of the horse's mouth with a bundle. Have to note that, with the bundle. I was just like, wow, she really said this out loud. Appreciate the sister, you know. And she's really making the case to defend, you know. So, you know, it's fucked up, man. Like, why you gotta include a child if you know you're just trying to have fun? So nobody is going to really criticize you for having fun, sadly. And nobody would even know. But here you come with a whole baby. I can't. I'd definitely like to know your thoughts on that. That is a receipt, because I've been proclaiming that forever. I've been saying, I said, why don't you just tell your children, tell your kids, mommy was not trying to pick a father for you. I was just trying to pick the penis. I've said it a million times. Oh, that's the wrong one. You're a dumb idiot. You're an idiot. This is why don't take me nowhere, everybody. This is why. It's the vibrating and fucking giving off damn alerts, and I'm all jacked up right here. I can't. All right, where am I? I'd like to see if anybody has anything to say on that. Let me just come to you quickly and see. Her head was moving, Simply Sandra. Yeah. James, she should have had him wear a condom. She wanted that child and him. I think you bring a point without bringing the point. I'll add this. I think some of these sisters, they really are just going for the penis, but they want to try and lock him in. You feel me? Like, even though he's some bullshit, they want to lock that penis down so they have the baby. I got your baby though, so they can say that and roll their bundle like this. I just pulled something, nurse. Righteous indignation. I've been in and out of here. I heard something about Elon Musk and now baby mama drama. I was covering the lawsuit against Elon Musk. Barbara Edwards, shout out to you, Queen. What is, I think you mean what's up, Jedi? How are you? Finally caught you live. Finally caught you live. I was just telling my nephew that before I went live. I said, you know, one of the values of doing this is because either invariably there's always somebody that's like, I'm so glad I finally caught you, you know. I just said that to my nephew probably 15 minutes ago. And here you're saying it. Good to see you, Barbara. Good to see you and to know that you're well. Let me go back up and see what I missed. I think I ended at Anjane. Anjane, yes, you told us about that man at the grocery grocery shooting who had an invention and was probably never really at the store. But did I bring that piece of the water? You know, subsequently now, because I think recently, it doesn't matter. We did it. And so now everybody knows, you know, and we just be vigilant to see, in my perfect world, if we had the Black Independence Liberation League, quite frankly, I'll bring this down just a little bit, then we would have people on him, you know, we would have a team on him to protect him, but we would also have snipers in the area of wherever these machines are. As soon as your white ass show up, that's it. It's like a rat coming to cheese or a moth to a flame. Simply Sandra, Jedi, so happy to see you live. Again, peace to the chat and family. Thank you, Sandra. And again, any of you guys can come on. We can have up to 12 people. If you want to, you scroll all the way up to the top of the chat, and I've placed the link. You know, Gwen came in the other night. It was so good to see her, man. Again, she comes to life for me. I've never heard her voice. I've never seen her face. And she's been with me for years. And I just get the privilege of talking to her live on Friday. That was everything. So don't be shy, everybody. You can come on and you can have your say and whatever you want to talk about, you know. When you click the link, it'll tell you what you need to do. And then I'll see you backstage. You won't be seen until you're ready to be seen, you know. So it's all good. But let's see, that was Simply Sandra. Cheryl. Yes, I heard about them trying to sabotage the Black man because he's Black and can make money from his idea. And that's the thing, he's not even making money. He's doing it for free. And that's what really I loved about it. I loved that he had the machine and all that stuff, he was doing it. But that was like the icing on top of the cake, because that's so in line with my being, you know. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. And that's the right thing to do. Give it. Give it. Now, if you got white folks need water, now you charge them through the nose, you see. So it's both and. It's both and. Now this is the first I heard about this water generating machine, and it's just out of thin air. This machine can capture what Allah has put in the air, and poof, it's water. I want some of that water because that water has not been touched by man. You feel me? That's water, because water is a living thing. It gives life. it gives life, man. We just can't access any of it. You're just being killed to death right here. Prince, may we ask Allah to protect, for the protection of this man. Ameen. Alhamdulillah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. That's my nephew, everybody. That's the Prince. He's going to need all the prayers he can get, you know, because they already attacked the machine, and this will affect Nestle, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all these fuckers that make water. You see, it's not drama. It's not even mean. When I say to you the statement of truth, the white man is the devil, everybody. And you need to accept that and start acting thusly. And you need to make sure that our children know that. Stop leaving them defenseless when they go into the society because you've taught them nothing, and they get out there and then all this white demonry is happening to them and they have no idea why it's happening. No idea. They think it's them. That they are just somehow not good enough. And you've not told them, you know, your car works just fine. Just somebody's got a fucking chain tied to a telephone pole. That's why you're not moving forward. It's not you. It's not you. They need to be able to place blame where it belongs, and you're robbing them of that by not telling them the true identity of this statement, which makes you a bad parent. Let's see. That's that's Charles Sandra Jedi. The white devil killed the African brother because of his idea. Those evil bastards took him out. The toilet water filtration, clean water dude, they killed him. Yeah, they killed him, and the white devil stole his shit. The security guard at the Buffalo shooting, they killed him. He wasn't at the tops that day. I maintain that till I die. And I brought evidence and proved my case on that. And then the brother that made the radio powered TV, he is was in the hospital at last word when we read about him, you know. I also want to tell you that I saw a video of a brother. He was in the Democratic Republic of Congo. You know that coltan and cobalt come out of the Congo. Like all the shit we're doing right now, it's not possible without the Congo. The camera I'm using, the TV, the computer, my phones, my tablet, the lights, none of this shit happens without the Democratic Republic of Congo. It is the wealthiest country on the fucking earth. Do you understand me? Yet, our people are living in squalor. And they just now did what they always do. They're giving us, well, there's genocide in the Congo. Well, there's genocide. I've got to take some people out before I leave this fucking earth. Do you understand me? Like, I just won't rest. I won't rest. I won't rest. I just know I won't rest. I won't rest. I won't. I won't. I won't. My soul won't be settled. It won't be settled. You understand? When you're wronged, you must take revenge. You must. The soul needs it. Like food. You must be made whole. This is why we have a whole legal system in this country. To make you whole. That's what the attempt is. You get into a car accident. We want to make you whole. Here's your money. You understand? Whatever it is. The spirit of the law is to make you whole. That's the language. So we have not been made whole. And when you're wronged, you need to be made whole. And one of the ways you're made whole is the motherfucker that's fucking with you has got to feel the exact same shit you feel. That's one of the ways you heal and become whole. You sock me, I knock you the fuck out. I feel good. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm over it. Cheryl, I remember the African brother created some type of water purifying system. Yeah. Sandra, yes, we were. Oh, that's not for me. Khalifa, I'm hearing an African brother is the one who invented Elon Musk's Tesla battery. I did hear rumblings of that sometime back, Khalifa, but I don't remember where it went. But we will say this. We know his battery don't work without the Congo. It don't. It don't. It don't. Damn it. And it doesn't work without many other parts of Africa and Afghanistan. You understand? Because they need lithium. They need lithium. Miss Christie, yes, they mess up everything and cause confusion. Listen, did I save it? There's a video. I don't want to play it because they're playing music. It's a TikTok video. But the question is, what would the world, what would America be like without, if black people left? And I said that's the wrong question. The right question is, what will the earth be like if white people vanish tomorrow? It would be a glorious paradise. Make my case for that a little bit without getting long on it. Number one, all this alphabet LBGT bullshit does not exist. It's a thing of the past. Number two, there is no classism. That would be over. Do you understand? Because the only people perpetuating classism is white people. Money would probably be a thing of the past. It would just be back to bartering and giving and sharing with your neighbor and your fellow man, which is what is righteous. You know, all growing up, I remember, and there's all of us kids, and we were not wealthy until we moved to California. And then that crashed and burned. That's something else. Anyways, but my grandmother, I remember living on the south side of Chicago. She had all of us to feed. And then it's still, here, take Miss Johnson so-and-so, take Miss so-and-so this. Or I would hear, just my young ears would hear, well, when I get paid off, you know, I think she would use that phraseology. You know, it was just the spirit. People helped, or stuff was being brought to us. Miss so-and-so sent this over here for y'all. That type thing, you know, people looked out. It's just, I mean, but you wouldn't have that. We wouldn't need a passport and visas and shit. That would be over. There wouldn't be any pandemics. There would be no, we wouldn't have AIDS and HIV. Most of the diseases that they manufacture wouldn't exist because their white asses wouldn't exist. There'd be no biracial people, you understand? There'd be no crime. There wouldn't be murder. There wouldn't be division. You wouldn't have starvation. You know, what's happening in Yemen right now, you understand? And you wouldn't have them manufacturing chaos in Congo. You understand? I mean, just on and on and on and on and on. But most of all, our people would not be suppressed. And we would be like Africa, any country in Africa would make Dubai look like a thrift store. A thrift store. A thrift store. A thrift store. I saw a story recently where this brother was taking his wife. He's an Arab dude. But their whole thing was, the video was titled, Taking My Wife to, Buying Gold for My Wife. And they're in some fabulous gold thing, something in Dubai. And I just thought, bitch, the raw materials came from Africa. So you need to really cleanse and really reflect. You know, it just, I can't. I can't. But all the confusion is caused by these people. All of it. You would also understand that you don't live on a ball that's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour in the fucking universe and shit. You would know that, because that lie wouldn't have been told that you're on a spinning ball. I'm over it. You would also know that our oceans are held in by the Great Ice Wall, and that there is land and existence beyond that. Do you understand? Oh my God, you wouldn't have Jesus Christ on the cross dying for all of humanity, and that didn't happen. I mean, just where do you want to, where bring any topic. That's why I always tell you, show me any ill or strife, and I'll show you a white hand. 100% guaranteed, I'll show you a white hand. I'll show you a white hand. Show you a white hand. James, if I had the money, I would never buy a Tesla. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a brother. Well, we talked about the security guard that was murdered. And I suggest to you the whole shooting at the supermarket in Buffalo was just to draw attention away from the murder of Aaron Salters, who would come up with this thing to make your engine run on water. You see? So you don't need Tesla. Tesla's out of business if your car's running on water. Nobody would want a Tesla. No need for it. We don't need it. Just don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. And there's another brother, I think he's in Nigeria. He's come up with a car. He calls it something. I've seen him drive it and everything, but he comes with a car and it's run without gas. Yeah, because his father wanted him to go to university, continue his education, and he didn't. And there's a whole thing. He wanted to build a car, and But anyways, I mean, we are still coming up with stuff. Fiber optics, everybody. This man is still living. It's a brother from Ghana. He's the dude of why we can even send messages and video and pictures through these fucking devices. Is a black man who is still living. He's not some relic in a book. He's very much alive and very chipper. Has a book that he just released and all this other stuff, you know. So, you know, this is also why you can't allow your kids to go into something that's bullshit. You understand? You got to start harvesting the potential of our children. Don't let them waste time. Give them environments that allow them to cultivate their gifts, you know, because they have them. They have them. They have them. And if we're going to be sustained, we're going to need that energy. We're going to need that talent. We're going to need it. We need it now. Jedi, I am grateful you went over 4 hours with that live stream last Friday. Yes. Thank you, King. You caught me at the right time. Like I said, when I came in, I was like, if I take these clothes off, it's over. Let me do a live stream now, or it won't happen. Barbara Edwards, another shout out to you. What I read that. I read that. Simply Sandra, get gangster. That's right. Jedi, I heard. I think I read that. It was a black man, I think. He may have. Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't read that. You were saying that about the lawsuit against Elon Musk. And oh, by the way, there's some. Anytime you go outside of code, this is what you become. There's a black bitch that I've seen on fucking Instagram that's claiming Elon Musk is an African American bitch. Let us understand. Those of you who have been with me, you know there was a piece I did many years ago on my old channel about Zimbabwe. I did like a 3-hour documentary. It was fantastic, I have to say myself. But one of the things that was in that was you had these white Zimbabweans that were saying, well, am I not Zimbabwean? Am I not Zimbabwe? No, you're not. You're not. You are not. You are not. And you can't be. You understand? Because we must understand, one of the first requisites to be an African is you must have this coding. You must. You must. Because with this comes a certain ancestry and a certain DNA that your white ass does not have. So even though you were born in Zimbabwe, that means nothing. I saw an African brother that said it, because I've given you a metaphor before, but his was better. He used the Bengal tiger. He was answering this to somebody else. He goes, my brother, let me tell you, you are the Bengal tiger. You are the Bengal tiger. If you are born in Japan, you are Bengal tiger. If you are born in France, you are Bengal tiger. And he gave several other countries, and he goes, you are Bengal tiger. That said it the best, because it was at least new language for me to access when I talk about this, to say that it doesn't matter where the fuck you born now. This is African. This is it. And I've said to you in my own lowly language, that we never say a zebra that we see in fucking wherever that it's something else now. We don't know it's a zebra. Look, well, look. I can go to Walmart right now and buy, or any nursery, and buy an African violet plant that was grown here, but it's an African violet. You see? It's just that, again, it goes back to separating the weeds from the grass. You have to listen to how black people talk that you are exposed to. And then when they say the wrong shit, you need to try and educate them. And if they're resistant to that, they are now the enemy. We have to separate the weeds from the grass, everybody. That's just it. That's it. If you want something to be ahead, you got to do shit you never did. That's it. That's it, because that becomes dead weight and traitors and things like that. You understand? We just recently acknowledged the yet another anniversary of the death of El Hajj Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X. But that was because you had black people around him who had sold their ass to this white demon. Again, more problems from them. Dr. King would be alive right now if white people did not exist. First of all, there wouldn't have been a need for a Dr. King. He would have never been famous. Nobody would have never knew him if white people didn't exist. He only existed because white people exist. Reflect on that for a moment. Take that in. I'll say it again. Dr. King only existed because white people exist. That's it. That's it. The other thing I want to impart to you is be kind until they're not receptive on this that I'm about to say to you. Any of these immigrants that come here, particularly Africans, but any immigrant that wants to tell you, when you talk ill about fucking white people and they want to give you this I love everybody shit, you tell them, no, bitch, because you're disrespecting our sacrifice. Because of our blood and our death, you can come here and say that bullshit. So why don't you go back and come back, and we'll change it to 1960. Come back now, see if you love everybody. Because we did all the work already. So that you can come here and feel like you love everybody. We did that. So don't say that shit, because that's disrespectful. That's anti-black. And we have to start using that phrase, just like these fucking fake ass people claiming themselves to be Jews use this anti-Semitic word, and they're so not Semitic. Not Semitic, can prove it. We need to start screaming anti-black for everything. That's anti-black. It's anti-black, and be outraged over it. Can't go on. Either way, he was still black, and that's the shit they can't stand or don't like. His name was Owen Diaz. They just don't like being called out on the shit either, you see. They want to be able to disrespect you, and then you don't get to have any, you don't get to be made whole. What Diaz is seeking is to be made whole. I would have just burned Tesla the fuck down and been whole, you feel me? But he seeks a lawsuit, and we're okay with that. And he prevailed in his lawsuit. It's just this judge who needs to fucking die off. That's who needs to die off. That's who needs to die off, is the fucking judge, for putting his finger on the scale. Because in that case, you could just say, well, I don't want a jury. Remember, they went through a whole process of jury selection. So, and these jurors had to take time off from work, and they had to, show up for jury duty, and they had to do it all. So they made their ruling. You don't get to come now and put your finger on it. Because if it was turned and Diaz was the defendant and he was going to jail, and the jury said 100 years, he would have just gavelled it off in your 100 years. Not, oh no, he can only do 2. You see, that's why the judge needs to die. And we pray for a death from this judge. We pray for the death of this judge. Pray for it. Pray for it. Remember, you can ask the divine for anything. You can ask him for anything. Ask him for anything. So we pray for the death of this judge. A very horrible death, by the way. Something long and torturous. Quick and torturous. Quick and torturous. We like quick and torturous. The judges are saying we like quick and torturous. That's what I'm being told. James, she should have had him wear I read that. So righteous indignation, you can't leave legacies and lineages based off penis alone. Amen. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Khalifa, if I encounter a woman with that type of head rocking, I'd get out of there like a burning house. Actually, I'm not really mad at the head rocking. Like that's endearing almost. You know, that's a black woman. That's not foreign to me. You know, I'm okay with that. But I needed to point it out though. You know. Black Beauty, always shout out to you, and greetings to you, and good evening, good afternoon. Righteous, damn, I'm in the middle of reading a book called Black People Invented Everything by Dr. Sujan Kumar Das, and I am never surprised by our genius. This book is very fascinating, and that should be the shit our kids should be reading, and they should be waiting till they get to school to do it. Listen, when I was growing up, everybody, we had books in my house. You understand? Weren't allowed to watch TV. Only time we watched TV is if we were at my grandmother's and she let us watch TV. You feel me? And she let us get away with a lot of stuff. But at home there was no TV, damn it. And when there was TV, it was something they already watched, and now they've approved it for you, or they've read up on it, and this and the third. And even if usually they're going to watch it with you. And if they weren't there, they tell you can turn on the TV at this time, and it has to be turned off at this time. And they were so fucking Gestapo that when they came home, they would feel the TV to see if it was still warm. See if your bitch ass will still have been watching TV you weren't supposed to watch. Don't tell me shit, but I'm just trying to say that. So in my spare time, one of the only things that was left for me to do was to read. You know, read. And I've told you the story. I wasn't trying to be impressive. It's because of coming from that environment, being in that environment, that in my sophomore year of high school, I had a drama class. My teacher's name was Miss Pomeroy. She looked like the old maid. But we had a speaking assignment, like a public speaking assignment, where you're supposed to just get anything. You could get a magazine, a book, a newspaper. It didn't matter. The point was she wanted you to be able to stand at the podium and do this. Like, you know, how they speak now, like they're reading the teleprompter and they speak to you and they read the other part and they go back over here and our nation is such and such and such and such. And as our nation moves forward, we're going to have such and such and such and such. And we this and that. She wanted us to be able to do that. Well, I didn't remember to take the book to school. I had just been introduced to Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. And it's important to say The Raven. Because it's very old English lore, you feel me? So you have to say Raven, Raven, The Raven. Wait, The Raven. Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Yeah, perfect. The Raven. And I memorized it. Wasn't trying to be fancy or anything. But I didn't take the book. So when she called me, it was my turn. I panicked. So I just went up to her desk and I go, can I have a sheet of paper then? She gave me a blank sheet of paper. I went and put it on the podium and recited the entire fucking Raven. She was so impressed, she gave me an A for the entire year. She just was blown away by me. I wasn't blown away by me. I didn't think I had done anything exceptional. But I bring that because this is what came out of me naturally. And any of our kids, we're not understanding what I've told you a million times. You got to see our kids as a new chance. They can learn anything. You want a lawyer, you want a physicist, you want a nuclear engineer, you want an architect, whatever you want, you make your child into that. It's that easy. It's that easy, everybody. You're just not thinking. Anything you want your child to be, that's what they can be. And my evidence I've given you on that is you give me any number of kids born right now at this moment, all of them. One in France, one in Ghana, one in this tired bitch, one in Mexico, wherever. In 3 years, we're going to bring those kids together. We've got now Yoruba. We have Mandarin. We have French. We have Spanish. And we got English. They all born at the same time, different countries. How does that Mexican child speak fluent Spanish and yours doesn't? Because you thought they too young to learn that. How come the French kid speaks French and yours doesn't? Because you thought they too young to learn that. Anything you teach a child, it's a new mind. If I get a brand new piece of paper, I scribble on it. That's new. Nobody goes, well, there's too much stuff on the page. You can't put, it's too much. You can't. You need a new piece of paper. It's a blank piece of paper. I could do whatever I want to it. That's what you got to, and their mind is clay. Anything you want to stick to it. We're just wasting time. Wasting time. Wasting time. Not surprised by this water making system out of thin air. Yeah. Let me come from the bottom up and I'll come back to you, Cheryl. Miss Christie, she's dumb herself, shaking my head. We come from the Creator, so it's quite natural for us to create, to produce. Only Allah creates. Only Allah creates. I never use the word create anymore. Because the Quran, when the Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when the angel Jibril, which you call Gabriel, I'm over it, comes to him, he says, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read, recite, repeat in the name of your Lord who creates. I see you, Andrea. I'm coming to you, baby. In the name of your Lord who creates. Remember, when the divine speaks, he speaks specifically. This is the issue I have with Christians. Your Bible don't say none of the shit that you say. You've made up a whole nother script. Muslims don't do that because we understand that the divine speaks exactly what he means. So when he says, in the name of your Lord, who creates? Not who is a creator, one of the, who creates. Who creates? That means that's the one that creates and no one else does. So I don't use it. I don't use it. Frankie Cardona, shout out to you, brother. Good to see you. I hope I didn't miss one of yours. Cheryl, I'm coming to you now. I want to bring Andrea in. And yes, Jedi, these white supremacists are throwing us off while robbing and stealing rich minerals from the Democrat. And I'm glad you said that, Cheryl, because you put me back on track, because I was telling this brother I see in the Congo, he's literally, they're building a house and he's saying, this is the stuff we're finding just even on our land. He's finding coltan and cobalt and all the shit. And it's just there. It's so abundant, you know, you don't have to go to the mines. And it's literally beneath our feet. There needs to be a revolution, everybody. We need an army. We need an army to move into Africa, exterminate fucking white people off the continent, make them illegal to fucking come back to that bitch anymore, start claiming our own fucking minerals and riches for ourselves, and bring our people up across this fucking earth. We are the wealthy people on this bitch, and we run every fucking thing. It's just you got to get this white devil out of the way permanently. Because they're like roaches. If you don't kill them, they keep coming. You have to kill roaches. You don't have a choice. That's why you call the exterminator. I'm over it. Andrea, Queen, how are you?
Oh my God. Hi, love. Hey, everybody.
Let me see how can I do this. I think I'll need this set up.
Oh,
Lord. I want to get us maybe it's this one.
Hi,
there we go.
Hi.
Where you at, girl?
I'm in my house.
I love. You know what? I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel the humidity.
Some more grass. He done killed my grass, honey. He done killed my grass.
I
I'm
can't with
gonna
you.
fire his ass too. No, but other than that, I'm just chilling. You know, had a little bit of wine.
Andrew, where did you tell me you was again? Wait, you froze. You froze. You froze, Andrea. Okay, let's. You can come back, just you froze. And I don't want you up there looking crazy in that frozen pose. I'm looking out for you. There's nothing worse than you freeze and it's a fucked up look. You're like, ah! So come back, come back, come back. Sandra shouts you out. Righteous indignation shouts you out. Khalifa, Allah has already created, and please it out there. Not sure what I just read, Khalifa. Allah has already created, and please is out there. When we come along, we produce from the gift Allah has ordained unto us. That's the key of it, you know. Anything, I would say, if somebody's going to create, then produce it out of thin air and show me. Because even the guy with the water is a perfect example. He didn't create. Because the molecules that Allah has created are in the air. So you come with a machine to produce, you feel me? We ain't got no problem with that. You know, we good, you know. But there'll be no creating. There'll be no creating. Andrea, come back, girl. Like I said, you froze. It's true, Jedi. We are melanated geniuses. I accidentally taught my son how to read at age 3. Now he reads his stories to me. Allahu Akbar. You see? And good that happened, you know, by accident. But it doesn't need to be accident. We need to be, listen, I've shared with you, Muslims, when that woman is pregnant, we already start talking to that baby in the womb. It's already understanding. It's already receiving. It's already receiving. It's already receiving. It's already receiving. You see? And you notice when children speak, they speak just like you, with all the influx and everything. How many of us have seen the little Instagram video, some little grown little girl doing exactly what the mama do, and with the same attitude and the same everything? It's everything, because they get all of it. It's a tape recorder. It can only play it back exact. They can't do any editing to it. They can't make it their own. It's a recording, and they play it back. They play it back. I've shared with you, that's one of the things that I love when I was teaching dance professionally. I first thought kids were going to be a nightmare. I love kids, but I don't think I really wanted to teach them dance. I just wanted to stick with adults. But kids were the gift, because they are tape recorders. I don't have to, you know, with adults, you got to sit and explain to them the whole attitude of the choreography and why that arm is wrong, or why you didn't turn your head with enough power and it just didn't have the energy, or whatever. You don't really have to do that with kids. They just play back what you did, and it's going to be everything that you did, the way you did it. They have it. They have it. Perfect example of what I just said to you was Michael Jackson's Bad video. You remember that there was, after Michael Jackson did the video, there was this little kid named Brandon Adams, who they did a parody of the video with just kids. Watch Brandon Adams. He has all the nuance. Even there's something you probably wouldn't catch towards the end of the video, the last cadence of the song, when they're all in they're running up these stairs. The camera's back here, so their back is to the camera. They're coming up the stairs, one of the levels of the subway. The way that Michael grabs that banister, to come around. This kid does exactly that move. You can't teach that. You can't teach that. You can't teach it. Watch Michael do it and watch him do it. It's the same move. Something like that is the perfect example because that's an involuntary move. That's not a piece of choreography. That's not. And he has it exactly the way that Michael did it. Nobody had to tell him. He probably only did one take of that, you know. But they are a tape recorder. They only play back what we do and say. Start making your children what you want them to be instead of waiting for them to be able to talk and say, what you want to be when you grow up? Bitch, you should have a plan for me. You see, you know, I mean, I came out, the doctor said me, I scream white devil. So, you know, I've been consistent. I've been consistent. That's not for me. Khalifa, I should have said placed it out there. Yes. 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 It's just one of the ways that we give glory to the one who creates, you know. I don't know, the other day, my days run together, but this is Sunday. So sometime earlier last week, this other lady that I sometimes, you know, she'll be in a bind and I need to take her, like she had a emergency issue. She was having a tooth issue. One day I took her to the dentist. She called me. She was panicked. She was like, I gotta get this tooth out of my head. And I was dead tired. I had just come in. It's hot here in California. I was like, I'm on my way. Went and got her, and she's difficult to deal with, and I'm over it. But then it turns out they had pulled the wrong tooth, so she did go back again. So coming home, she got groceries, and I was taking some of her stuff in, and she was saying, "Oh, damn it!" And she was while I had taken some of her stuff in, and she was still conversing with me. And she was already starting to get some of her stuff out of bags and stuff, but she had bought some pork. And she was like, "Oh, don't let me pull that. Don't let me wait till you leave till I fix this. I know you don't eat no pork." But she's one always talking about, "Thank you, Jesus." She's always calling Jesus every 5 minutes when you're around her and shit. You feel me? That doesn't go past me. I'm just not a fake human being, and so you're gonna get called on that shit. It's just, I'm sorry. Damn it. You don't want to hear it, don't bring it. And so I'm like, no. I said, interesting that you're saying that to me. I said, your scripture goes further than mine. You're not supposed to touch the flesh of it. She turned to the exorcist on me, dude. I see you, Andrea. Here I come. She turned to the exorcist on me. No, that's because I said, no, it don't have shit to do with me. Forget that I'm even a Muslim. That's not even relevant here. I'm telling you your own fucking scripture. You see, it matters because if somebody is that lackadaisical about religion and submission to God, that's not a good person to take as a friend of yours, because that means everything else is optional too, including the truth. Very dangerous human beings, very dangerous. You probably get more honesty out of someone who is an atheist.
Come on.
What you say, Andrea?
I'm sorry, my son, he's poking his head through my I wish I could do the cam. Can I do the cam? There we go. What? Oh no, what? I can't. I'm sorry. My son, that's my son.
Oh my God, look at you, little man.
Say hey.
Hi, how you doing?
Say hey.
What's up, little king? Hi, man. What's your name?
His name is Dior.
Oh, I gotta hear his little voice.
Say hey. You ain't gonna say hey? Say
Can you say hi to me?
He can. He acting okay.
I know how to get. I love it.
It's cute.
What's up, man? I see you. I see your Chicago shirt.
Yes, honey. Okay, you gonna beat him up. Beat it up. Beat it up. Beat it up.
And you're promoting violence against another black man.
Against the crackers, okay? No.
What you want to talk about, Andrea?
No, you know what? It's been hell of a day. It's been one hell of a day. I took my eyelashes off. I can't do it no more. I'm looking crazy. I'm looking cross-eyed.
Wait, before you say that, you guys, it's not one at a time. So if anybody else wants to come in, you can come into the live. You can. Like you can do
we
that.
can do a group. Come on, come through, baby.
Just let them know. You know, I am just taken by this little man. Wow.
He just turned 2 in April, honey.
I love it. Oh,
love
cute
for
and bad.
sale.
That's
Love
everything.
for sale.
What?
He's a mess. He is a mess. He is. But I love him dearly.
When's his birthday?
His birthday, April 27th, 2020.
April. Okay.
What? Now you want to talk. You waste. There's a B. It is. But you wasting time. Anyways, no, I just got home. We gonna have to talk personally, but it's been one hell of a day. I don't know what you're talking about, but I do agree because my son, you know, I want him to be an engineer because he likes to build with the blocks and, he's very adamant with different stuff. So I buy the blocks, the Legos and whatever, but, and he's quick and everybody's like, well, he's going to be a running back and he's going to be, no, ma'am. No, sir. No.
Andrea, listen to me, Queen.
No.
If you take this little man, first of all, he don't need children's programming.
Right.
He can watch CNN. He can watch MSNBC. He can watch Fox. He can watch C-SPAN. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Like when I like children, I speak to them just like people.
Right.
Like that's it. If you bring that's their point of reference. That's what they get. You feel me?
Gaga, goo goo.
Right. Just they're people, but you expose him to intellectual things now. That's the way it will be. You don't need to wait for anything. What's he waiting for? And like when we start them out, when they start reading, we like, okay, now that you know your ABCs, you can read Cat in the Hat. No, you can read James Baldwin right now, and the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Well,
you understand?
Actually, I have been reading to him, not just baby books and Cat in the Hat, ABC, and Dick and Jane and all that. I read to him, I talk to him like an adult, not an adult level, but he comprehends. He ain't slow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he walking in the road, girl, honey. Come on.
It's beautiful out there, Andrea. I'm loving it.
Yeah, we'll do a panoramic view.
It's beautiful. Yes.
Old truck. We got an Audi.
I love it. I love it.
But my uncle done turned up. He tore up my grass.
Did you tell me you were in Jersey?
No, I'm in Atlanta.
What you tell me? Wait, was that?
That wasn't me. I've never been to Jersey now.
No. Where are you at?
I used to live in New York when I did the modeling thing when I was 19.
No, where are you at now?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Forgive me.
All is forgiven, beloved.
It's one of me. It's many of y'all.
It's about 1,000 of us, boy.
Yeah, because I was telling you, that I lived there during it was just before the Olympics. I lived there.
Right. I was in what was the Olympics? 96. I was 10. So I wasn't living there then. I was living in Gainesville. But honey, we walking up the hill. He want to walk. Look at.
That's right, because I remember you were saying your mom is
in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Okay. Hot mess. We're gonna have to talk about that narcissism, and I'm done. I'm done. But that's another story. But I don't know what y'all are talking about. But like I was saying, I want my son to be better and brighter than the rest of them, because
that's the way it should be.
And
they should be better than the ones before them. We have to play a part in that. We have to.
Absolutely.
That's progress. Otherwise, we're just being stagnant. And I'm a better man than my father. It should be that way. I should be better than my father, and I am. You understand? I tell my nephew all the time, you should be better than me. You're supposed to be better than me.
Exactly. He want to go in the yard, rest my kids. Hold on. Let me get him. Hold on.
Okay. Shiro, shout out to you, Queen. I see you in the chat there now. And good evening.
You can't go in that yard. You don't know them folks.
He's everything.
Thank you. He is a handful. You can have him for 2 weeks. You gonna act up on TV? I mean, on the screen. Act up.
If you ever need a babysitter, I got it. I got you covered, Andrea.
We'll do
you can ship him off to me. I'll keep him as long as you need me to.
Pull-ups. He wear pull-ups. He will tell you when he got a pee-pee and boo-boo. That will be honey. And he loved graham crackers and cheese. And he loved what else he loved?
Man, he made my entire day.
He is a mess. Oh my God.
He's 2. He's supposed to be. I love them at that age too. They're just perfect. Perfect.
Nobody told me that, I had to run after him and tell him no 30 times and then try to threaten him with a smile. I can't. And his daddy is all sweet and serene. He'll go to sleep, not with me.
Right.
I breastfed him for a year. And he gonna act up with me. Okay.
Man.
I can't do it.
I love them when they're that age, man. That's perfect.
I'm sorry.
Because they can talk back to you, at that age. They can, you can communicate with them better. And I just love it, man. It's the most precious time.
It is, but it's like so freaking, it's a challenge sometimes. It's a challenge.
Of course. Yeah. My God. Yeah.
Are you going to play with them? Okay. We'll play with the little burritos. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, y'all.
Yes, you did. Goddamn.
I did okay. I had 2 glasses of wine too. No, but what are y'all talking about? How are you?
So I was talking about a few things actually. There was I played this video of this sister who was talking about. She finally admits what I've been saying forever, that a lot of women are not picking a father or a parent. They trying to pick a penis, and she says it outright. I also was dealing with there was a lawsuit brought against Tesla for racial discrimination, and it was the jury awarded $137 million, and then the judge going to strike it down to $35 million. Like, nah, or $15 million. Like, nah, nigga, the jury already said $137 million. So
I was saying $350 million, nigga. Like, come on now.
But that, and then also and then I dealt with the brother that was harvesting water out of the air for clean water for some of our people.
Right. Yeah, he got slaughtered. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, a different guy. This is somebody else that he's living. Ain't nobody killed him off yet. Yet. And but yeah.
It's hot out here. Wow. I need to do my research on that because I've been ripping and running since Friday, but I'm gonna have to do my research and my due diligence because I don't know what's going on, and I'm wasting time. And I'm on.
Well, your mom,
Well, I
that's
went.
Gotta matter for something.
And this morning, and my mom, she was like,
"But we're counting on you, Andrea. You have a little one. We need you. We're counting on you. We need that little man. He's got to be a king, man.
Come here.
We need you."
I'm sorry. Come here, Dior. Come on, bring it back in. We don't know these folks. Come on. No, yeah, you are right, and it's such a struggle, and it's like I try every day. I mean, just because I have a husband, still I still have to do my due diligence. I'm still a mother. I'm still a Black mother. Still have to do what I need to do, but it's like every day it's a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
And he's got to know the white man is the devil.
Oh yeah. And
he's got to know that at an early age, because when he comes to fruition and he is articulating his finest potential, and he's not understanding why he's not getting the right result.
Exactly.
You see? Then he starts thinking, oh, it's him, or he's got a deficit. I'm not amazing.
Yeah. or something's wrong with him. He's the problem. You're not the problem. You're the income, okay? You are the income. You're not the problem.
Right. And we want him to be able to set mama up later. You feel me?
Oh, yes.
That's the promise right there in your arms. That's the promise of a new tomorrow.
And
that's the chance.
In my eyes, you know, like,
Look
I know.
At the little man. Look at the man.
He a hot mess, honey.
Look at you, man. What you eating?
Ice cream. You eating what? Ice cream. Ice cream.
That's so cute. You eating ice cream? Mama. Hey, look, watch. Could I have some? Oh, you froze. Watch. Hopefully we get her back. You ask, can I have some? Well, there he goes. Let me see.
No, I'm sorry. Like, when I'm closer to my house.
Who's this, Andrea?
That's my baby sis. But no, I was gonna say when I get closer to my house, since my door is open, my car will pick up what you're saying, the mic. So I wouldn't listen to what you were saying.
Oh.
Because I got the door open. You know, that new technology, honey, that Audi and all that shit.
All right, well, just hang out. Hang out.
Oh, okay.
Because I did want to, I said to you guys in the last stream that we would just, I pulled up the Roe v. Wade piece, but we didn't go into it because I didn't need to, because the scope of what I was just trying to bring was the I told you so factor of it. I told you on 6th of May, Roe v. Wade is over. In our last stream, I played my I told you so for you. I played my 6th of May video where I stated to you affirmatively, Roe v. Wade is over. It's over. Roe v. Wade is over. I think, well, I don't think, well, all right. Let's do this.
Personally, more white women get more white women get more abortions than
and so we just we kind of cut it there for the sake of time.
Right.
And we went into the Michael Jackson thing.
Oh, okay.
But I said to you towards the end of the stream, I said we'll probably go. I said we'll come back to it. That's what happened. I said we'll come back to it. But I went so long on the Michael Jackson thing, and rightly so, that we didn't come back to it. And I just wanted to be able to understand the legal language of it, do a dissertation so that it's clear what happened. What happened? So everybody knows Roe v. Wade is over. But do you know what happened? What does that mean? What does that mean? Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? That's the thing, you see. And so I wanted to devote some time to that. But first, I want to play the I Told You So video yet again for anybody that wasn't here. Wait, I think it was at 21. We're going to start there. Hopefully that's it. Let's bring you in. Share. This is what I said on 6th of May. And what makes it suspect and what I offer to you is my smoking gun for my theory. And what turned my head to it is that they're saying that there was a leak from the Supreme Court. A leak. A leak. As soon as I heard that, I spoke. The Supreme Court leak about Roe v. Wade is bullshit. They're definitely going to get rid of Roe v. Wade, because I always tell you, if they're telling you about something, it's already done. It's already done. Roe v. Wade is over. It's over. It's over. And I'll play this back for you and tell you I told you so. So it's over. All right. Boom. That's what I said on 6th of May. I said, I'll come back and play this for you and tell you I told you so. It's over. It's over. And it's over. It's over. It's over. For the reasons that I said and represented to you. I offer that for 2 reasons. A, to show my credibility. And, you know, anytime you're listening to me, I need you to know I know the things of which I'm speaking and what I'm talking about, you know. Malcolm Murphy, shout out to you. There's a new face I don't recognize and but shout out to you, Malcolm. Good to have you. If you're a new subscriber, I appreciate it. And feel free to bring up any topic that you want to talk about. Any of you guys, you know. I remind you, I bring my prepared stuff that I want to talk about to get us off the ground and things like that. But this is an opportunity to interact, everybody. It's why I'm live. Otherwise, it's just a recorded video over the course of many days if I want, and, you know, pick my toes. I'm here for you. We're dialoguing in real time. So, welcome, Malcolm. And we'll just get I wanted to get the original, not the pontificating after the fact. So we'll want to go back to like the initial ruling. Probably not going to be able to find that. It would be time laborious to do so. So we'll just go with this one from NPR. And I don't have cable. I haven't seen TV, but just the images I have seen, I ain't really seeing no sisters. I'm seeing mostly white heifers. Just have to tell it. But U.S. Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade marks grim milestone in U.S. history. In response to today's Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, Tara DeMont, Interim National Director for Programs, Advocacy, and Government Affairs at Amnesty International USA, said, "Today marks a grim milestone in the history of the United States as the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade and stripped America of the right to an abortion. Americans of the right to abortion. Millions of people who can become pregnant in the United States now face a future where they will not be able to make deeply personal choices that affect their bodies, their future, and well-being of their families. This ruling affects each and every person in the United States, regardless of their ability to become pregnant. You know someone who has had an abortion. We all do, as approximately 1 in 4 women in the United States will seek an abortion in their lifetime." Now, how long is this? It's not very long. Okay, it's not very long. Good, perfect. I want to say this, though. We read this with the knowledge that white people are obsessed with their numbers and how many of them there are on the earth, and they're going to be extinct, and who gives a fuck? We're all going to die. So what? And oh, alhamdulillah, I saw something on Instagram earlier that said that there's, in I forget how many states they cited. There was a number. They said more white people dying than being born, and they had a number of states, and I just said, Allahu Akbar. Oh, that is just glorious news. Oh, and subhanallah. But I also have said to you that baboons, they kill off cheetahs and something else. I used to have it in my thing, but I don't have it anymore. But they kill the young because they know they will grow up and hunt them. Nat Turner, during the revolt, was taking out women and children as well as the men in their bed where they slept, because that's the same evil. You don't leave none of it alive. You feel me? But I say this because we should be looking for something else now, another shoe to drop. Because it's one thing they really don't want more white bitches having an abortion, because they're trying to get their numbers up. You feel me? But what they gonna say about you, sister? What they gonna say about you? Because they still don't want you to live. They don't want your seed to live. So there's another shoe that's gonna drop, everybody. You're dealing with the devil. People will be forced to give birth. They will be forced to seek unsafe abortions. You know, they'll just be forced not to have fucking sex. It's gonna produce a child. How about that? How about that? How about that? Because I don't think anybody's going to be objecting to a woman who, you know, the baby is in danger, the mother's in danger, she was raped, something. You know, those are going to be aberrant cases, you know, that's fine. Nobody's going to object to that, you know. But this puts a halt to just lackadaisical fucking sex, though. So I'm not mad about it. This is the outcome of a decades-long campaign to control the bodies of women, girls, and people who can become pregnant. And it paves the way for unprecedented state legislation to criminal abortion, as well as other bills that will aim to strip human rights from people in the United States, including the potential for the bills that will affect access to birth control, gender and marriage equality, as well as other anti-discrimination laws. Hear that? Hear that? Hear that, hear that, hear that. I'll just read it again. And it paves the way for unprecedented state legislation to criminalize abortion, comma, as well as other bills, comma, as well as other bills that will aim to strip human rights, because we're just talking about women now. Now it's comma, and as well as other bills. What other bill, bitch? What? That will aim to strip human rights from people, not women, people in the United States, including the potential for bills that will affect access to birth control, comma, gender, comma. That's for these faggot ass people. We're over that. They don't get any more bills. They don't get any fucking special rights. Period. So even in this, where you talk about women, you have to bring in their bitch ass. I'm over it. I'm over it. The fact of the matter is, listen, and as I said to you the last time we broached this, everybody, what I know for sure as a man, and I say this confidently. Oh, and then they go on, and marriage equality, as well as other anti-discrimination laws. You see, that don't have shit to do with abortion. They just are trying to attach their confused ass bullshit to everything. So if this hurts them in any way, I celebrate the shit, and I'm making a cake. But here's what I know for sure. Women are not having abortions willy-nilly. But they are at the same time. It's both. Women are not having abortions willy-nilly. Like, oh, I woke up today, I think I'm just having an abortion. No, no woman's doing that. Secondly, women that are giving, I believe that most women, a large number of black women that are giving up their baby for abortion is because of the sister I played for you earlier. They picked a penis and not a man. And they didn't have him protect and strap up. Now here come a baby. So she really don't want that baby, but it's still not easy. It's still not an easy decision for her to give that baby up. I'd like to know the number of how many of that type of sister is having another baby and having another abortion. That's the bitch we don't have any sympathy for. That's her. That's her. That's her. That's her. For our supporters and those around the world watching this moment with the same sense of horror and pain that we feel, we say, whatever you're feeling, anger, fear, betrayal, sadness, you're not alone. You're one of the vast majority of Americans who disagree with today's decision. You are one of 10 million people around the world who make up the grassroots movement for human rights. This is where our people and our hope springs from. We are the majority. Stop the rollback on abortion rights in USA. I'm over it. Listen, again, I can't. I think that what's going to be important is what all is in the ruling of the court. Because you can just blanketly say abortions are illegal, but I'm sure abortions are not. I would doubt that it precludes women with special circumstances, like the baby's in danger, the mother's in danger, and or rape. You know, like I don't expect any woman to have a baby that she had no fucking choice of having. Like this motherfucker came out of nowhere and raped me. I'm supposed to have the baby now? I doubt it. You know, and don't give me, oh, they can go to adoption. No, that won't work either, because then you're forcing this mother every day for 9 months to be living with the trauma that this life that's growing in her is from this act. Nah. But the most important thing is that this is white men trying to push back the unstoppable mountain of African people. There's more of us than your white ass. And we've already overtaken you, and you know it. That's why you got Asians and Arabs and everybody else declaring themselves white when they come to this bitch, because you don't have enough to fill up a damn census. We are coming, bitch. We're coming. We're coming. We're coming. We're coming. You will be no more. You will be overrun. Damn it. That's what's going to happen. I love it. This is their paranoia. That's why I say you need to watch what other shoe is going to drop for black women. They cannot be happy about you not having an abortion. They can't be happy about that. Proof of this is we know that most of the Planned Parenthoods are always concentrated in our neighborhoods. Do they go away now? You know, they don't just do abortion, they do a bunch of other stuff. So I guess they're going to stay, but still, you know, are they, I mean, I need to see how this plays out. Because I know you don't want our black ass to live or be born. So no more abortion. Something else is going to drop. That I know. That I know. This I wanted to bring as well, because this wasn't it. Well, it's two things, because one was a cartoon. It was it's animated. That's why I say no children's programming, everybody. That shit is evil. There's no need for there to be a different education for children than there is for adults. We want them to be adults one day. Seems you just start on that when they get here. You know. But they had some cartoon characters, and all the white ones were normal, but the black ones were monkeys with tails and shit. It's time to find some addresses, dude. Some addresses. You understand? Shit is just happening. It's not happening just autonomously and out of thin air, and we don't know, and there's nobody that you can't fucking go and strangle to death. Nah. And this is akin to that. This is in Mississippi. This is the report.
Yeah, well, Joy, so far, I talked to the mother tonight. 5-year-old Braylon Ellis's mother. She's angry. She's upset. And she wants more to
First
be
of
done.
all, wait, I can't let that go past. She's saying she's upset. She's upset. She's upset. She's upset. So we need to grab her by the bundle. You see, this is not, no. Hear this.
Well, Joy, so far, I talked to the mother tonight. 5-year-old Braylon Ellis's mother. She's angry. She's upset. And she wants more to be done. Now, more than a week after this happened, she told me she met with district officials who told her, yes, what happened was unacceptable, but the child's teacher didn't know the history behind African Americans being compared to monkeys.
Didn't know the history. It's 2022. This bitch didn't know, and she's an educator. It's not plausible. We don't accept it, and you're a lying whore. That's the only answer to that. But here's the other reason why this thing happens. Because look at who the mother is.
No, we wasn't happy about that. I'm still not happy about it. I'm angry because I don't understand why my son got it.
God loved the sister, but this is too pervasive amongst our people, everybody. We just don't have people that sound intelligent when it matters. Like, I love the sister. I don't got no problem with her. But there's a time when you need to be able to switch layers in order to have your will go across. You understand? And this just doesn't meet, it just does not have it. It does not have it. It does not have it. Hear this.
I'm still not happy about it. I'm angry.
Shamika.
I don't understand why my son got the monkey award when he had received an award that he had completed pre-K.
Shamika Ellis is looking for answers after her 5-year-old son was given this
the award, the monkey award. That's a dead bitch.
Award at the end of the school
Ain't shit
year.
else.
He received other awards too, but this one, comparing him to a monkey, is something Ellis didn't expect. What was his reaction?
He was excited.
This is every day, every week across this country. That's why I say it's all fucking white people are evil. Because if it was just one pocket of them, it would just be one thing, maybe once every 50 years or some shit. This is every fucking day from a different fucking white person doing something terroristic and evil against African people. Don't tell me shit. Don't come near me.
About the award, but he had no idea what he was holding. So, you know, it's unacceptable for me.
Where's the father? Where's a male? I don't even need a father. Just where's a male to confront and to strike fear? You understand? This bitch should be trembling. She shouldn't want to come to school because she's afraid she won't make it from her car to the building.
She sent emails to school officials asking for an explanation, eventually meeting with the South Panola School District Superintendent.
Asking for an explanation. Asking for an explanation. Asking. You Tupac, subhanAllah. Tupac said something. I think it was MTV or somebody. He was talking about the condition of us asking and begging. He tried to give a metaphor. He said, you know, so it's like if you show me a room and I know in that room they got food, they got salami, they just passing salami and sandwiches and stuff. And we come to the door and we knock on the door and say, please give us some food. Please, we hungry. Please give us some food. And you just ignore us. And we come back and say, please give us some food. Please give us. And then you crack the door and we just see you just celebrating all the food. You know, he said at some point we just come through blasting because, and you know what I'm saying? Because we already asked. So so he says, so what do you expect for our people to do now? Ask? Oh, it's one of the reasons why I love this brother, man. Wow. That's it. You feel me? So asking, you see, asking the school for an explanation. No, bitch, I don't need an explanation because that's just playing footsies with white people. This is an evil bitch who needs to die. And if it had been something anti-Semitic, her career would have been over. You see, the school has to investigate, and we don't know. When is your black ass? Let this have been some anti-Semitic shit that they imagine out of their fucking fucked up minds. This bitch's career would have been over that day. She doesn't get a side to say. That's what we need to articulate. This is anti-black. We want this bitch out of here. In 24 hours, or this fucking school will be ashes. That's what it needs to be, because we need to have an or else. I've told you. We need, as a people, we need to have an or else that really matters. That means or else. That means some real serious shit is going to change about your life. Very serious.
So school officials asking for an explanation, eventually meeting with the South Panola School District Superintendent and Batesville Elementary's principal.
She stated that the teacher stated that she gave him the award for his energy, but the award doesn't say anything about energy. It says entertainment.
Ellis says they told her an animal-themed award ceremony had taken place in Braylon's class.
So you had no idea about this would be insensitive, but I'm sure the bitch knows everything about this fucking alleged Holocaust. Pretty sure.
So says the principal.
And ours was first, so not understanding.
Principal told her school leaders had a meeting before this happened, cautioning them about awards given to students.
You know, the awards, she stated she had a meeting with them, and she stated that they were not to pass out any awards that was going to be offensive or raise a red flag.
Oh,
they did it anyway.
Oh, they handled it. They showed her no more awards passed out that could be insensitive. Well, that settled it. I'm not settled till the bitch's house is rubble. I mean that shit.
Ellis says
that's where we're at. That's where they're playing from that level, and we still acting like it's not on. So when I say the bitch's house should be rubble, and that's the only thing that made me happy, I mean that shit, because that's where we're at, everybody. We're not understanding that. We just, I mean, I think black people think there's going to be some major uproar that they're going to say, oh, this is the war. This is happening. No, bitch, it's on now. It's on. Damn.
District officials told her concerns should have been addressed immediately. An award ceremony similar to this one will not happen anymore.
Fuck that.
Now she wants an apology from the district.
No, I want that bitch fired.
So these
want her fired, and I want $1 million in damages for my child, because it's there. Because she is acting as an agent for you. So it's not just the teacher. It's the school board administration. That's your agent. You're supposed to know the shit is insensitive. So it's not even, we don't give a fuck about the teacher. You're in error. So I want the bitch fired. I want proof of that. And she gets no pension or any retirement. And we want $1 million in damages. Nothing less.
Teachers have messed up. They was wrong.
And in my perfect world, you have a whole army of niggas that step to a fucking press conference, fully armed, and say, we don't appreciate the shit. This clock starts now. If that shit is not, if this doesn't take place, then here's what we intend to do. And white folks always say, are you making a threat? No, bitch, I'm previewing for you exactly what the fuck is going to happen. That's just telling you, just previewing it for you. It's not a threat. It's a promise. It's information. You should use it.
Even intended know they was wrong. The principal know they was wrong. So they need to be held accountable for what they have done.
And after all,
and sadly, she's bogged down, so she don't really have. God love her, you know. But I wouldn't be. Just you see her whole demeanor. That's not gonna make you move on anything. Shamika. They don't care. That won't matter. That won't move any needles at all. I gotta turn on this air, y'all. I'm over it. You know, this is kind of my push, everybody, because once I leave here in November, everything changes. You know, I'm not going to be, my fight will be different from a different angle, you know. I'm just so firm and clear that I don't want to have lived and died and I didn't do anything. I'm clear about that. I'm very clear about that. I'm very clear. I'm very clear. Like I need to get my lick in. You understand? And I'm always going to be angry and vengeful because there's a new set of issues that confront us on the continent. You know, I mean, the problem is white people, man. The problem is that. The problem is white people. You get rid of their ass, all the problems of humanity go away. All the problems of humanity. All of them. That's not an overstatement. Let me see what you're saying. Righteous, you say there's a young black woman who has patented a procedure to kill cancer cells through electrolysis, and as far as I know, it's non-invasive. If you can get some more information on that, Righteous, that would be really good. That's something I would like to get me a name or something, anything. Like I would like to follow up on that because I know, even outside of the camel's milk, even I know there's a cure here already. You know, and they just don't give a fuck. And beware of this 5G shit, everybody. Because I'm gonna fuck what they tell you. That shit is bad for you. It is. It is. Damn it, it is. And while we're at it, I should show you this because I can. This is very important. I'll come back to your comments. Do I have it in here? Yes. Allahu Akbar. These brothers, I don't know what African country they're from. This is why you don't carry your damn phone or be on your phone or certainly touch your phone while it's charging. You don't do that. I came across this quite some time back, and I've shared it with different people, and I shared it on Instagram and blah, 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 blah. And now I can bring it to you.
Good day, guys.
Good day, guys. Good day, guys.
I'm going to show you.
He has an electric meter reader in his hand. Tells you if there's any current going on. Watch.
Dangerous. How to answer your phone while on the charger. I'm going to demonstrate for a bit.
Yeah. So this is a power tester. It detects power. Where there's power, this detects it. So let's start it.
As you can see now, there's your phone. Nothing is happening.
When it's not on the charger.
It's not on the charger, so there's nothing is happening.
Yeah, so let's put it on the charger.
You see, this is your power supply. You can hear. I think you can hear the sound. You see, this is the charger.
Yeah.
It says there's power there.
Now they plug the charger in.
There's power there. You can see. Now, cell phone. There's nothing.
There's nothing.
Nothing on the phone. Now they plug the charger into the phone.
As you can see now.
You see the meter is detecting now.
It's detecting.
It's detecting. There's power there. You can see. Now imagine you are answering now your phone.
Why is on the charger?
Or it's on the charger.
Let's see what will happen.
The phone is off and charging.
So You call me. You call me.
You see,
I answer. Okay.
You see this gentleman?
I'm fine.
Okay. See.
You see, I don't have anything.
There's nothing on him.
There's nothing.
See,
Nothing
no
on
current,
him.
no
Nothing.
current.
The moment.
Imagine
The
you
moment.
call me while I'm having my phone on hand. Okay, you call me. I answer. When I answer, look what happens. Look.
Now, see, he's holding the phone that's charging.
My phone is on the charger. Yeah, or we talk. Look now what is happening.
Look.
So.
Okay, put the phone down.
Look, check. I put the phone down, I leave it. You see?
So you put the phone down, it goes off.
So, you guys, be careful. You must be careful when you are answering calls. When you are answering the cell phone on the charger. Look, my whole body. Look, my whole body. The whole body. So,
the whole body.
So, you see, the whole body.
Look,
when I'm having the phone on the charger.
Whole body.
You see? You see? My whole body. Look, you can hear that. You can hear that. You guys, you must stop. You must stop
So
answering
it's
calls.
very dangerous, né?
It's very dangerous. Never try it. Never try it.
But once you remove the phone.
But you see, I don't know when I leave the phone, there's nothing anymore. So this is the tester. It detects power. So I'm just giving you few advices. Never, ever answer the phone
While on
the charger. Thank you.
Perfect. It's a short thing, but don't fucking hold your phone when it's charging, everybody. I mean, when you think about the energy of the universe, you think about your vessel that holds your soul. You know, this is for years and since you've known me, you hear me I'm talking about energy, and understanding my vibration and my connection to the universe and its energy, etc. These things disrupt. You know, they disrupt. And when you think about humanity and just your pursuit of life in existence and things like that, this matters because your vibration has everything to do with your state of mind, your state of wellness and being. You know, just again, white people, more shit. Did I finish reading that comment? Yeah. You're going to get me something on that, Righteous. Jedi, that's correct. Those white people in Zimbabwe are not Zimbabweans, nor are they African. That's facts. We're playing, you understand? And we have to be vigilant, you know? But it's also why we need to claim ourselves as Africans, everybody. I'm serious. I'm always seeing and hearing too many dumbass Negroes talking about, I'm American. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Because your bitch was here when it wasn't called America, bitch. So what were you then? Huh? Because you trying to join something that, because what's that mean? You trying to say you came from NASA? You trying, what, I mean, what were you saying? What are you saying? And the look, the energy with which they say it is just like, please, for the love of God, don't let me be African almost. You feel me? So many deaths, so little time. There's not enough body bags. We're going to need inventory. You go on, Cheryl, to say, those, I just, no, they are colonizers. It's very funny how they think they are, and I think people are probably going to say Africans. Yep, judges need to die off. I know, wasn't Andrew's little boy the cutest thing ever, everybody? I'm such a sucker for kids, man. What? if I had been there, Andrea, I would have been. I promise you, I would have been eating ice cream with him right now. There's nothing greater. I mean, man, kids don't have a schedule. They don't have no responsibility. They just joy, man. They're just joy, spontaneous joy. Just anything. You feel me? I love that so much. I love that so much. I love that, love that, love that. I love that. Wow. Um, yes, do hit the thumbs up, everybody. Thank you again for that, Cheryl. Hit the like button and subscribe if you want. I always say subscribe if you think I'm worthy of it. Like if you've gotten something out of it. Like I don't. Most 100% of all other YouTubers, they right at the beginning, they'll give you a little piece of a setup, and they will go, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe and turn your notifications. I don't want that shit. Because you ain't gave me shit yet. I might hate you. You feel me? Or you just didn't, you didn't do anything. Like just, if you got something from me, you think you want to see me again, then you subscribe. Okay. Andrea says, thanks everybody. He's a mess. Please follow his 2 channels and hit the subscribe. Well, we only need them over on Africa if they ain't really, you feel me? That's not the Looky Loo channel. Yes, we good over here. Anjane, I'm not upset by Roe v. Wade being overturned, but it's funny how they keep saying the earth is overpopulated, and then they turn around and outlaw abortion. The fourth tongue of this devil. That's the truth, girl. That's an excellent point. It's staring me right in the face. I didn't even see it. Wow, that's everything. That's right. They're always bitching about overpopulation and Bill Gates and the bullshit. You feel me? And Agenda 21 and all this but no abortion. Then there's spontaneous abortions. To my understanding, women, correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't I heard something about women can spontaneously abort, like something medical happens and then you just spontaneously abort? Do I imagine this? So what's that now? You see, this is also going to be a net to cart sisters off to jail. There's always a black implication to everything. That I know. Indeed, white people are obsessed with their declining population numbers, and nobody else is. Like, when we go, we just go. I'm only concerned about our numbers here because we have to fight their white ass. That's the only reason to be concerned about any numbers, But we good, because just on the continent alone, we'll need shit else. We got 1.5 billion people. We good. In my Jedi voice, I felt that too when I read. You're going to say to Becky, no more running off to the clinic when you slip up with a black man. Damn it. Yeah, what are they going to say to Jib when he wants, you're not having that baby in this house. James says, logging off. Have a good night, everybody. We'll watch tomorrow. Okay, James, I don't know we left that, but thank you for coming. Righteous, they're going to run. They go running to the abortion clinic claiming they were assaulted by a black man to get rid of the shame of wanting to sleep with a black man. I'm sure that goes on. Okay, Allison has shown up with a thesis. Jedi, what is that machine? What's happening? You're gonna have to watch the repeat, Allison. It's a machine that creates water out of air. I'll just say that. And this brother came up with it, and white devils are trying to sabotage. And I played the clip of him earlier. Yeah, not enough body bags, just not enough. We're gonna need inventory. Shiro is shouting you out, Allison. Shout out to Miss Gretson, a new name I haven't seen. Shout out to Miss Gretson. Miss Gretson, you say, I don't believe that they are trying to depopulate us. I know that that's a conspiracy theory. It's not a theory. I cite for you AIDS. That's clearly a depopulation of African people. I cite for you polio. I cite for you, well, polio was definitely one of them. That was before I was born, but polio, AIDS, syphilis. They were giving black men syphilis for over 40 years in Tuskegee. So it's not a conspiracy, Allison. So it could be true. It's not. I don't accept that at all. Don't bring that before me. This is the fact. And I tend to believe that conspiracies are often true. People are having kids without trying. But that's fine. But we need to deal with your this depopulation thing. Listen, you're just not reading enough, Allison, for the love of God. You understand? I mean, this is even from us. There's any volume of literature and documentaries and pieces and videos that are on this subject. This is a real thing. Like, join us. But go and learn it for yourself so that you know the truth for yourself. I'm worthy of you to just take my word. You understand? I click on, and then I don't see what I clicked on. Exactly. Jesse Ventura's TV show, that episode where he was talking to a lady doctor that told him they want to do population. Yeah. This is real, man. You haven't heard? I mean, this is an open secret. It's not even private. What was it? Bill Gates said we need to decrease the population by, he gave a number. I don't remember it now. I don't want to say the incorrect number. Reading earlier comments and saw something about Tesla. Since we are on the topic of electromagnetic radiation, I heard that Tesla gives people headaches due to the high levels. I was steer clear. I didn't hear that before, but that makes sense, you know, because it's an electric vehicle, and maybe there is some side effect shit that, you know, because they never tell you when there's any adversity in anything, because it's profits over people. They don't care about you, your life. That means nothing. That's not even a consideration. They don't have time for that. Yes, spontaneous abortion is a real thing. Thank you, Anjane. I thought I'd heard that someplace, you know, or read it or something. It's in here, you know. Is that Allison? I read that. Some think they only really want to make aborting pink babies illegal. That's what I believe, because I said another shoe is going to drop, because they definitely don't want sisters having no more babies. So this is inconsistent. So we have to see what the next shoe is going to be to drop on all of this. How are you going to stop sisters from aborting their babies? How are you going to allow sisters now to just have all the babies now and continue to annihilate your ass in numbers? You sure you don't want the black woman having no abortion? Did you hear Angela Stanton says that Miss Bezos donated $257 million to Planned Parenthood. Well, she's right up there with Bill Gates and his bitch for a wife, that whore. So not surprised. And it's a tax write-off. These people donate all this money. They turn right around and put it on their tax form before they even send the check off. Make sure I get this back on my taxes. Oh man, it's jumping like shit now. We'll go another half hour. Black men are upset about NBA choosing mainly biracial men. What, Shiro? Black men are upset about NBA choosing mainly biracial men? Not understanding? Is this something, was there a draft or something that they did this? Or what? Bring me up to speed. I'm not understanding. King, I see black men are upset about biracial males mainly being chosen over black men. It's funny how biracial women are being considered black. However, biracial men, they consider biracial. That could be some of the niggas trying to claim they biracial, you feel me, and really playing that up instead of just like, because there's no biracial to me. Fuck that. In your house, for your mom and your daddy, you want to say that shit because show you want to piss off your white mama or your white daddy or something, I'm good with you, you cool. But, nah. Like, I don't accept it. I see what I see in my face, that's what the fuck you are. If I see you as a sister, like Halle Berry, that's a sister. She's never going to get biracial out of me. It won't happen. It just won't. I love Halle. It's not happening. Because when you got that Oscar, you didn't sit up there and say biracial. You said black woman. So you don't get to change the script up, Heifer. Nah. Miss Gretchen, you said you watch the Runaway Slave channel, his video on the who's the Runaway Slave? Is somebody really calling their channel the Runaway Slave channel? Tell me what you're talking about, Miss Gretchen. Black Beauty, Jedi, why do white people tell black people go back to Africa, but when you look at videos from Africa, they are there? If they hate black people, why do they go where we are? Because they are the fucking devil, and they're the very definition of hypocrisy and contradiction. Do you understand? And I can't wait till I get to Africa. So the very first white person I see, I can say, why don't you go back to where you came from and do this? Can't wait. Cannot wait. Living for it. Okay, let me come down. But tell me, Miss Gretchen, is there really a Runaway Slave channel, or are you just saying that? Allison, polio, AIDS are fake. They are covering up genocide and pushing from super Jedi. AIDS is real. It's very real. I know people have died of AIDS, and it's very real. Polio, you know, Michael Jackson's mother still walks with a limp to this day because she had polio. You know, that's all real. But alas, it's also real that it was conjured by these white demons. Back in the 1980s, I had a brother give me a press release that named addresses, dates, phone numbers, and names of the creation of the AIDS virus. Like, all of it. All of it. All of it. And the government commissioned the Army. That means the government is going to pay the U.S. Army, the Defense Department, to come up with a virus that would selectively destroy the human immune system, a bioweapon. Do you understand? Audrey said, Allison, are you black? Come on camera, please. I'm just concerned. Yeah, Allison, your comments are a little suspect, sister girl. So maybe you just, you feel me? You've been with me for a while, and I know that. But you, come on, like that is just too glaring. You know. What did I say to make you think otherwise? You said, Anjay, you don't know the answer to that? That's concerning. Like, you don't ever say to black folks that, you know, you don't know if they're trying to kill us off or not. That's antithetical to our fucking existence, girl. How old are you, Allison? Maybe that will help. Ms. Gretson, Jedi, sorry, but I've read a lot of research about this in, I guess, university. Your friend who passed, were they taking the AIDS medication? They created meds to kill us off in Africa. Well, you know, as any African person should do and should have done, but because anything that kills us off, you should educate yourself about the shit. So, of course, you know, when AIDS came on the scene, everybody was terrified. And what I can tell you is that a lot of people died because they didn't get medication. That's first. Secondly, when there was medication finally available, Fauci, the same motherfucker that's selling you pandemics and shit, was in the same position he is now. They never did, like, you just die the fuck off, because these people come back to play another role. From Congress to Fauci to anybody you're gonna name. Die. Fuck. It's like you stomp on a roach, the bitch is still moving. You would be like, die, yo bitch, die. That's how I feel. But there he was. And he held up the medication because they were trying to get their ducks in a row so they could get the money right. You feel me? And the first medicine they had was something real toxic. It was toxic. It was killing people. It was. I mean, it allowed you maybe 5 more minutes of life, but it was killing people. It was just too toxic to the body. And, you know, but I can tell you, like, one of my buddies, he was an EMT at the time. And this is right around the time, well, I don't know if it was when we first were becoming friends or not, but it certainly was one of the first times I went to his house. And I remember the sight of his father. He was, oh, it just, man, it was very sad. And he was on his last hours, probably, you know. But it was, I've seen it, man. I've seen it. And I just think now, too, that now, one of my buddies, a buddy of his, I didn't really know the dude, but my buddy Michael, I can't remember his name, and I feel bad because when I met this brother, he was the kindest person that you're ever going to meet. I don't want to talk about this, I'm going to cry, but I mentioned him because he gave me some clothes. He was just, it didn't dawn on me at that time like he was just trying to give stuff away, because he gave it, the way he gave it, he meant it. Like, I was deeply honored for him to give me something, you know. But he was dying. I didn't know. And, you know, it devastated a lot of our people. You know, we went from Well, which came first? Was the crack epidemic and then this, or was it? I think it was the crack epidemic, and it just, I mean, it was just more devastation for the Black community. Just more devastation. Haiti was ravaged by AIDS. You think that's a fucking coincidence? Because according to this press release that this brother gave me, the first cases of AIDS, they went to Africa and had, I forget which country, and they had the very first ever U.S. government-sponsored hepatitis B vaccinations. And that's when the first cases of AIDS showed on planet Earth. The second program of hepatitis B vaccination they gave was in New York. First case of AIDS showed up in the United States of America. And they were blaming white men, and it was the gay people, and it was the green monkey, and we don't know, and it was the fucking pixie bitch. You see? This is deliberate. Don't tell me shit. You don't ever doubt that the white man is trying to kill you. Ever. And if you don't believe that, you don't say that shit out loud, Allison. Now, damn it. When it comes to mixed people, they can't say they are white. White pride is a real thing. It's a good point, because we've heard this before. You know, show up with some of this shit and go, white pride. They'll be like, bitch, not you. Their white pride stops at you. It stops at you. See, for all this, I'm mixed. I'm losing my place now. That song, God Complex by the Last Poets, comes to mind. I can't even click on Sheila's comment. When I go to click on it, it moves. Literally. I wish you could see this. I came in from the side. And Allison Blair, I believe it. Working next to these things, I see how they really operate. Pure fucking evil. That's also it too, Allison. You know, I say this to all Black folks. So if you don't know, then you believe us, those of us who do know. Because all Black people are having the same experience. We accept that as a reality. You understand? So when somebody else Black is talking about an experience or a fact, if you don't know it, you just agree with that. That's just what it is. Because just because you're not having the experience doesn't mean anything. It's still real. These people are evil. They make us fake viruses and diseases to create a cover for genocide. But you just said they're not trying to kill us. You're not sure if that's true. Depopulation. While you're expressing depopulation with viruses and diseases to create genocide. Not understanding, Allison, not understanding its unfortunate and hidden truth of reality. I see, Allison, you said you're 27. Yeah, you still got some learning to do, girl. So that's some learning to do, you know. But you're already making the right step. You're exposing yourself to people like me. You know, that matters. You can't be around these lukewarm ass Negroes. You need to be around somebody that's a burning hot fucking flame, a fucking lava pile. That's what you need. So this is good. Jedi, sorry, I've read a lot of research about this. I read that. You say, look him up, runaway slave. Compelling, he's a Muslim. Ah. Well, I'll decide that. I'll just look him up now. Why not? I can do it behind the scenes. He's really calling himself runaway slave. I like it already. Because I put on documents, stolen African. So that's right up my wheelhouse. Run, how are you spelling it? Run away. What does his channel look like? What's the, is there some icon I should know about? I see a runaway slave. He looks Muslim. Well, that could be anything because he's wearing a beard, but whatever. What did he say? Is that him? And what specifically did you tell me? Oh, I see the Tuskegee thing. Yeah, all right. All right, I'll be sure to watch that. Whoever are you? Miss Gretson. Was that Miss Gretson? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. Absolutely. All right, 15 more minutes, everybody. Black Beauty. Jedi, doctors are telling mothers of newborn babies, do not give any water until 6 months. They are just beyond evil. Wow. Usually the only time they tell you some shit like that is the baby ain't strong enough. Why can't a baby have water? You feel me? Because it's fucking poison. Again, this is why women have to breastfeed, man. You don't have a choice. You don't. I don't know that I will have children, you know, before I leave this earth. I pray Allah I do. But if I do, if my woman wants to have children, she got to breastfeed. Well, we can't bring no child into the world. We just can't. Because what's the point? I'm not bringing any child into this world to start it off at a disadvantage. I'm not. I feel like I'm missing some of these comments because it's jumping so bad. I'm trying to check, y'all. It's him. It's him, Ms. Gretson. I really don't want to do the work. It's a lot. I make it look easy, but it's a lot for me to switch over to share my screen. You guys don't ever appreciate the work because you don't really know what's involved, and it's a little frustrating. I'll do it. Because I see the Tuskegee thing there and all of that, so that's definitely got to be him who you're talking about. Her studies, breastfeeding is healthy for both moms and baby. It really is. And your baby is a lot happier and you don't have all them problems. You feel me? Baby screaming and teething problems and just, I mean, Allah has made everything perfect. When you go that path, you don't have no speed bumps, no potholes. When you try to do some other shit, you have all kinds of issues. No, and Miss Gretson, it wouldn't be dehydration for the baby because everything that baby needs is in that titty. Everything. It is the most perfect whole food you could serve your child once they come out your womb. That's what God made. They don't need shit else. They good. They're good. Yeah, I'll definitely check him out. I mean, he looks, interesting, and like he's not a joker or some shit. So I'll definitely appreciate him. And then I also want to know how he imprints on me as a Muslim. You say he's a Muslim. I'd really like to know that. So I'd like to just connect with him and, see if we, you know, what's the status of that? Like, is this work for him? Is he serious about it? Is he on a mission? How long has he been doing it? Blah, blah. Just whatever. You know, if something can come of it, then it will, inshallah. Well, and yeah, he was talking about that, a book in that, in the sort of the intro video that plays on your channel, you know, if you set it up that way. Yeah, he was mentioning a book. So, yeah, it's, that's a good sign. I don't know if I wanted to get into this. It's one of the things that I see. I had pegged to potentially get into. You know, this Texas shooting is still not over, everybody. They're still trying to cover up the stench of that. And there was one story of a mother who saved her children, and she's now being threatened by law enforcement. Because that's what you do when you care about the mother of the victims. And you care about the victims so much in the shooting, you were so heartbroken, you harass the fucking. Oh, I played you guys that sister, the young sister. And also the, okay, this is just for fun. We'll end on this. Because I know I don't got time. You feel me? I don't got time, I don't take kindly. But look at this joker kissing up on my wife. You feel me? Like, you need to back. I can't enlarge it. It's not giving me the option to enlarge. Look at this bullshit. Oh, let me undo the sound. Okay.
Just saying that, like, I've always loved it. Like, sure, so you got some chestnut on the top.
Oh, my wife was so amazing. But this thing standing there.
Just saying that, like, I've always loved it. Like, sure, so you got some chestnut on the top.
Stop. I can't. All right, we've seen enough. All right. All right, that's enough. So, okay. But you up on my wife, you feel me? You kissing her hand, you feel me? I won't allow this. You feel me? And of course, my wife is very gracious and very, you know, she gonna take time with you and stuff like that. She know I'm coming out from behind her with the machete. You feel me? Why is your dusty ass up? Like you've been famous enough that you should have met Janet by now. Why are you? Nah. And this was the night that Mary J. Blige got the big award, and Janet presented it to her. So you are the start of Mary J. Blige. Go hang with Mary J. Blige, bitch. Go hang with Mary. I think she's calling you. I think she's calling you now. Stay up off my wife. Mind your business. Her name is Haida Nicole Green. Hadia Nicole Green, black doctor that cured cancer through laser treatment. The name is familiar. I know I've heard her name because back in the day, speaking of AIDS, there was this little girl. Her name was Hadia. I don't know if she's still alive or not, but she had AIDS. And her name was Hadia. I never forgot her name, and I see her face in my right now as clear as my own reflection. So that's why I know I've heard of this lady, because she has that name. Andrea, I fed my baby breast for 14 months with no issues. If you can do it, so many wonderful benefits and no non-sickness, right? Because that milk, along with your baby's own thing that Allah sends the baby with, your baby is protected. You're not gonna have you don't need no fucking vaccines. They don't need no shots. You don't need any of that shit. They've somehow seduced women that once you have the baby, well, here, you tell me what to do. I don't know. I'm helpless. I'll step out of it because I have no clue. And I come on. There wasn't always a fucking OBGYN walking around the earth. Women just kind of popped babies out and did what they needed to do. This is an ancient practice. This is not new. Shiro King, did you see Samuel L. Jackson call Clarence bitch ass Uncle Clarence, and that he should overturn Loving versus Virginia? I didn't. And what is Loving versus Virginia? That's a case law. What is it? Andrea, Diddy knows what he's doing. Laugh out loud. He tried to piss me off. You feel me? And I don't know if he, in his fucked up mind, maybe he's had one too many bottles of Chris, or Ciroc, or whatever his fucking drink is, that he thinks that he has some chance with my wife. I got that sewn up, man. There's nothing to come after me. It's nothing. I sold that. That's me. That's all me to death do us part. So this was a waste of time. He embarrassed himself. Like I said, my wife was being kind and stuff like that just on the strength. You feel me? Treat him like a little fan and everything. You feel me? It was nothing. So it's nothing. Righteous. And she's not selling her patent to Big Pharma. Ooh, I love that even more. Wait, I just missed it. Ajay, did he need to die off? He needs to die off, dude. He needs to die off for many reasons, you know. First of all, the eyebrows. That's just the eyebrows alone. Die off. The glasses. Die off. You know, just a lot of suspect behavior also. Die the fuck off. I don't know what's happened to him. If I could say one positive thing about him, is he doesn't age. That's it. He looked the same as when I ever first knew he existed. That's it. I never understood his appeal, Allison says, but I think I'm a different generation anyway. You don't have no generational, just there's nothing going on. You good, Allison. Which one, Allison? You said that I see. I'll go back up. Let me continue to move down so I get to everybody. Miss Gretson, I remember her beautiful, precious baby girl. Miss Lauren Hill spoke directly to Idea. That right? You're right. In the audience when she accepted that. That's so true. Oh man, I love Lauren Hill, dude. I love that sister soldier in her, man. Like somebody jacked her up, and they kind of put her off of her trajectory. But yeah, I immediately went back to that when you said that. I guess that was it. She's the one. And Idea was what a powerful thing to say to that young little sister. That I'm sure that just levitated her spirit. Levitated. I loved it so much, man. Loved it. Okay, wait, I thought I don't have one highlighted, so I don't know where I'm at. Damn. Okay, I read all this. I read that. Diddy needs to die off. That's where I was. Righteous. You say that that case that was cited earlier, you're saying that was a landmark case on interracial marriages? And you're telling me who you cite? Samuel Jackson says that needs to be overturned. What am I understanding? Ms. Gretson, before the advent of pink people, women gave birth at home, midwife. Thank you very much. And I would just add to that, or add on to that, it's just Black women have been given birth before anybody else, longer than anybody else, with no problems. And even in Africa right now, the average woman has at least 4 children. So they're just getting it done. It's not a problem, you see, until you add white people, and then you have a problem. Right there, that's it. Because what does the African woman not have that the Black woman has in America? Oh, the white devil. She wrote, Loving versus Virginia is where a Black man went to court to fight for interracial marriage. Well, I imagine he's already died off, so that's a good thing. I mean, again, you're fighting to be with these people. That was our biggest mistake. If I had been alive at that time, I would have blasted on anybody who was saying that shit, including Dr. King. Took out anybody talking about we're going to join the people that are fucking with us now. Really, bitch? Like, how psychotic is that? It's right up there with a woman. She's been raped for, oh my God. They kidnapped her. She's 2 weeks. I don't know, some shit. And we have an all-out search to save her. And we bring her back. And now she's saying she has to go. She should try and go to marry her attackers. This is that. This is that. This is that. Who was gay Allison? The loving dude? What year was that? I mean, I'll have to look at this case. Because if it's the time when you're fighting for interracial marriage, obviously it wouldn't have been for same sex. They weren't pushing that yet, like what they are now. Anjali, Jedi got that. Ben had that. Fall back, and did he bop your ass on somewhere, Puffy? I know. Like, why are you in Janet Jackson's face? And I can tell you, Janet was on her way out at that moment. because those shoes she was wearing had like, there were blocks. It was like a platform with blocks. Like it was really something. You had to see her standing up there because when she came out, she just stood there. Very, you know, because everything my wife wears haute couture, you feel me? So just her presence and that look and the way she had her hat cocked, she was down, man. Oh my God, Janet Jackson. So she was on her way out because I did see some footage of some white demon in her entourage, you know, sort of helping her out. And, you know, but you notice she was on a different side of the rope than his ass. Like, I'm exclusive, you not, so be over there. He's such a sad little man. It's very sad. Come on, click. Jedi or Lauryn Hill would have woke up the sisters, so they had to throw her off that path. Yeah. Like that's how I love that so much. A woman like Lauryn Hill. When it's one thing for brothers to have it and all that kind of stuff, but when a black woman gets it and understands the true nature of the struggle and the true state of affairs of our people, it's way more powerful, man. Let me turn this off. Because that's the completion that you need, you know? And a lot of times men can be in our heads and different things like that. Women just are better communicators a lot of ways, you know, and you need that other half. You need that. You need that. So Lauryn Hill, oh, man, just, I mean, even in her Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she's saying, Surat al-Mustaqim. And that thing, yeah, when she has the speaking part, she's saying, she's read Quran. I know this. She's read Quran. She can't know that unless she's read Quran and been around some Muslims. You know, there's some other references, but you know, just a profound sister. You know, that award that she were talking about when she got there to accept, it was like, I like her, even her body languages and just her, the way she does everything. Everything's like, this is the like almost like this is the revolutionary meeting and we have to get this together. And you know, she just has that cadence about her that's very urgent. And you know, I just like, wow, man, that's the chick right there. That's the chick. That's the chick. Clarence Thomas is, I know he's married to a fucking turkey looking ass white bitch. Nothing more disgusting I've seen in 15 years than her face. I'm still in therapy over it. Yes, Shiro says, yes, Samuel was saying if they're going to overturn Roe, then overturn Loving versus Virginia, being that Clarence is married to a white bitch. I love that. And Samuel L. Jackson, I'm going to allow him to say this shit because he has a real black woman by his side that he's been with for 15,000 years. You understand? Oh, man. I love that. And they both look 50 years younger than their age. Like, they chilling, you know? Man. What's her name? Tanya, I think. Her name is Virginia. Jenny, ironically. Anjane, Loving versus Virginia was when a white demon fought to marry a sister. Then black men used that case as precedence and fought to marry a white bitch. You see, case law, everybody. Case law. Case law. And to digress, I would say this on our case that we read about the Tesla thing. That would be another thing, you know, if this attorney is worth his salt, there just could be a case that you could use to argue against this judge's ruling, not based on its merit, but based on the mechanics of his actions. There could just be any case where a jury has ruled and a judge overruled the jury. That's the only case. And I know there's cases of that out there. Like you could just find the right case that fits you, and that's it. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you need. Loving versus Virginia was 1967. Oh, referring to Diddy on the gay thing. Yeah, he's been very suspect. I mean, there's been some things that have been shown that you could see him on YouTube right now. That even if he's not, they're very sus. You know, like, and some of it is drinking. You know, there's been some things where you go, well, he was wrong. So, but still, yeah. I just don't know where he's at. I don't really feel connected to him, you know. I definitely don't feel like he's doing anything on our behalf or what you doing behind the scenes. Like, I just don't know, man. But there you are up there grinning in my white face, like as if. Shoot. Oh, that's to Anjanae. Miss Gretson. Lauren Hill. She is a goddess, I can tell you. I never met Lauren, but my nephew's mom did. And she talked about how chocolate beautiful she is. But I don't think I need to meet her to know. I seen her, I know. Like, Lauren Hill is the bomb, dude. And she's so layered because she's physically beautiful, and then she's talented, you know, and then she has this very unique thing in her voice. I didn't know who Lauren Hill was before the Fugees, but when they came out with Ready or Not, oh my God, I didn't even know. I don't think the first time I heard it, I don't think I even knew who it was. It was just like boom, 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 boom. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. It was just like nothing else sonically. What? Like, what is this? What is this? You know? And she had that she has this thing in her voice that just, she was born to sing this, man. Like this, it's like her voice almost reflects all the struggle. You can't run away. I can't even get that thing because it's in her physical voice. You can't do it. Ready or Not. Damn, Lauren Hill. They killed with that, man. Wow. I was living in Maryland. My sister was going to Morgan. And me and my brother drove up to Morgan and got my sister and brought her down to Oxon Hill. And she was a big Fugees head. And I promise you, we must have played that score into oblivion. That was it. There was no other music on the earth that needed to be listened to. There's nothing else. This is the final music. This is all we need. We're good now. You know, like nothing else is coming. We're sure of it. No need to look. You know, C. Thomas is married to a cave beast. Yeah, we know this. And he's a cave beast. Like, we don't claim him. Righteous indignation. The faces you make. Samuel married to my faces. Married to A real black woman for 15,000 years. Hilarious. Because they've been together forever. I just don't know how long, but it might as well be 15,000 years. It might as well be. Simply Sandra, still in chat family, just night hiking on a light trail and listening, love. When Jedi teaches and breaks it all down for us. Allahu Akbar. Will you be careful out on that trail, Sandra? Now, Miss Gretson, irony, they overturned this, yet reportedly dragging their proverbial civil feet on the anti-lynching bill. And I'm really kind of over the lynch. I don't need a lynching bill now. I need a fucking check is what I'm going to need. I'm just going to need a check. You feel me? Just give me a check. And I'm good. I don't need shit else. Buffalo Soldier, Dreadlock Rasta. Yes, Allison. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. That music is so time stopped. You could just go back and see that ice block in time. It just, nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. And I submit to you, I suggest to you, it would not have been the same thing without Lauryn Hill. Could you imagine another female vocalist singing? Come on. It still would have been good music, but would it have really done what it did to the soul, you know? Like, they are sacred, dude. Like, if they never get back together, or if they get back together in 20 years from now, everybody will still be like, yeah, it's the Fugees, damn it. Like, they are sacred in Black culture. Sacred, 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 sacred. Lauren is coming to Atlanta, says Andrea, next month. Well, get an autograph for me, Andrea. That's your assignment. You're going to be on the scene. You know she's coming, so you got time to get ready to ambush her, whatever you got to do, and make sure you get an autograph. Miss Gretson, she sure is. Miss Hill's voice is very distinctive. Her documentary is enthralling. She's a dynamic woman, and I also could one thing I could relate to her as well is I know she had found the power. You guys that have been with me, you know, there's been many videos I've done where I come on camera and I tell you, my soul is just full. I know the energy of it, but I can't tell you why it is. And I cried through the whole video damn near and all that stuff. I know she has found this, you understand? That she found that place of understanding where this don't matter. Nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And then what happens a lot of times, people that find that, sadly, they're stuck in Christianity. So they got this evangelizing thing going on. So they want to tell everybody, and everybody looks at them like they're crazy, you see. And in many ways, they are, but they don't have anything to, whereas if they didn't have that inspiration, just evangelize with the Christianity, you can poke holes in that and blow it up in 5 minutes. I've done it a million times. You guys know this. I've proven, like, there's no need for Christianity. Like, just, it's not real. It's not the truth. Shown it, proved it. So they don't have anything to now confront people that are going to push back on them. Like, that's what I tell you, Islam is bulletproof. Whatever you got, I got the shield for it. I got an answer. Whatever you need, we got it. Because it's bulletproof. It's bulletproof. Throw anything at it. Annihilate it. Throw rocket grenades. Throw a nuclear device. It will still stand. So I think she came to that place, and she's in the public eye. She's a celebrity, and she's a Black woman. So, you know, you probably had some various haters, men and women. You understand? Just, she's a powerful sister, though, a powerful vessel. I watched a lecture she gave at some university, And I didn't want her to ever leave that stage. Like if I had been in that lecture hall, I would have been like, can you just please go up and do another hour or maybe 2, 3, just, you know, I mean, it was that she has that. She's so powerful and she's such an intelligent woman too. She has a great vocabulary, so she's able to really, don't get me started, man. I could do an hour just on Lauryn Hill. I love her so much. Her smile also cheers me up, aside from her voice. Yes, flawless white smile. And I love the lipstick she even wears, which brings her teeth out even more. She's just beautiful, man. Like that's any brother anywhere. I don't think I would ever find any brother to be like, nah, I ain't feeling Lauryn Hill. Nah, it ain't Lauryn for me. You know, she's absolutely a desirable woman beyond just her beauty, like just beyond her beauty. There's so much more there, you know. She's that ride or die chick, and she had to be. Come on, she's in a group with all dudes. She got to be a ride or die. Women like that are not shrinking violets. You understand? They just not. Shiro, I seen that Lauryn had a case with the evil Operation CPS on, and Prince helped her get her kids back. I didn't know that detail. God bless Prince. I miss him too. Fucking white devils. Yeah, I knew about the CPS thing, or she was having something scandal, but I didn't know about Prince. But I do know that we've learned that he did a lot of stuff like that. Checks would just show up because he didn't want to be known to, you know, man, that was a straight up stand up dude. Wow. Yes. Hey, Mona Lisa, can I get a date on Friday? And if you're busy, I wouldn't mind taking Saturday. They're great. They did paint her as crazy, cray after she dated Wyclef and blackballed her. You know, when the night that she won the Grammys, you know, she was saying like, you know, this is crazy because it's hip hop music, you know, and so, you know, but she was like, I just want to say it's not a contradiction. It's not a contradiction, you know, to serve the Lord. It's not a contradiction. I totally got her on that. But I think Wyclef, as much as I still maintain respect for him, you know, for me, a man goes down, like, it's one thing for men to have respect for men, from one man to another one. You know, you have admiration for another man, you have respect for another man. Sometimes you have respect and admiration for a man. And it's in layers, you know, but for me, I have always been, men that do women wrong, I don't feel you as a man. I'm not interested in having camaraderie with you. I don't do, because it feels like, I think it's just a consistency. Because like if I'm friends with you and I meet somebody through you, they do you wrong, you now hate them, I hate them too, more than you hate them. It's just a consistent loyalty thing for me. And that's how I feel. I feel like men that do women wrong, then I don't feel you. Nah, you know. I told you guys there was a guy that lived in the buildings next to ours when I first moved here in 2017. And I used to speak to him. Just, what's up? How you doing? Whatever. Whenever if he speaks to me, I answer back. And then I heard him speak to his wife one day. And I never gave him a drop of my spit after that. And he didn't know what the fuck, why I stopped talking to him. And he died. He died. I just don't do well with that. So Wyclef, I just can't, like, again, because I'm not a brother that's ever let my penis run me off the fucking earth anywhere. You understand? So a lot of these brothers, they just let their fucking penis run them, just ruin everything. Ruin everything. You know? Like, okay, if y'all going to be in a group, then maybe you shouldn't have any relations at all. And then once you did, you need to be with this woman or not. I mean, just, I can't. You know? I can't. Especially, and then especially when it's somebody like Lauryn Hill, you know, like, she don't strike me as a woman who would have been unreasonable, you know. And I'm never going to fault anyone for being any woman for being possessive so much, because it seems like once you dip them, they cling like a crab to a, you know, like, so that's just a woman thing though, you know, because women, for a lot of men, it could just be like, well, this is just a smash, so we're not really. But for a woman, it's like, nah, I gave you a part of my heart, my soul. Like, this was not just a smash for me. So, you know, I'll be there. True artists don't exist much nowadays. No true artists exist at all today, Allison. None. There aren't any. In fact, my nephew and I were talking earlier, and I just happened to see a clip of Diana Ross. Diana Ross is 70-something years old. What is it? How old is Diana Ross? She's 78 years old. And there she was standing on that stage looking more glamorous than she's ever looked, giving. And I was making the case because I invariably, my nephew and I end up talking about pop culture and, you know, stuff like that at different times. And this was just another one of those times where because I want him to understand the difference in, like, y'all don't have nothing. So here we have Diana Ross on stage right now at 78 years old. There's nobody that they have right now that's out that will be on stage at 78. Most of these people, any of these people, even yourself, Allison, there's nobody you know that in 5 years could be on stage, in 10 years even. They won't. There's nobody. If there's one person that maybe could do it, maybe Usher, because Usher's been in the game for 30 years. Do you understand? Usher could probably be on stage at 70. He's got a good catalog, and outside of the dancing, you know, I don't know. Beyonce is too mysterious to be on stage doing anything in the next 5 years, probably. You understand? She might. I don't know. But I don't see her being the 78-year-old standing on stage anywhere. I mean, you guys just don't have it. You don't have it. You don't have it. You don't have it. You don't have it. There is no artistry. Anybody can be famous now for nothing at all. And it's all a disaster. Righteous Indignation said, Lauren has been my woman crush since middle school. She just exodus literal black beauty. It just exudes. Can I go back to middle school? She just exudes literal black beauty. My first admiration for pure blackness. That's one of the things that I appreciate about her. She's not overly done. Even her fashion statement wasn't trendy. You know, it was very organic and just fly and shit. You know, she'd have on like a bell-bottom fucking pant with some big-ass sunglasses, and, you know, or the next minute you just didn't know, you know. And one year that they did If I Rule the World, Nas came out of the fucking audience with the military, the army dudes, and the Fugees was already on stage killing it. And then Nas came out of the smoke and shit and did it. Oh, they killed, man. Don't take me back. Don't do it. Because we don't have moments like that no more. There's nobody. There's nobody, dude. Anjanae, Lauryn Hill is such a gem. I never stopped listening to her. Her song, The Mystery of Iniquity, is everything. It just, even that title, just even that. Andrea, I want to go see Prince. The last show in 2016 in Atlanta, he was on fire. I miss him. I never saw Prince live. You know, it took me a while. I was a late Princer, you know, because but at the time that even Purple Rain came out, I didn't know who Prince was. And but I had heard, I think I'd heard When Doves Cry. And this was going to be in the movie. I guess they probably played a trailer or something. We went to see When Doves Cry. And it was the gayest fucking thing I'm ever going to see in my life. I just thought, this dude is a fag, dude. He just is. He's gay. I'm not buying this, even this Apollonia person being in love with him. Like, really, bitch? Like, she needs to be on Valium. You know, like, it didn't work for me. And the pop collars and the looks he would give and the shit, I just, like, that's a gay dude, period, the end. I don't give a fuck. But then over the years, I began to get the, like, I used to feel the energy of this when I was young. Like, my oldest brother, he never left Chicago when we left. But just sort of that Superfly, that era, like Superfly type thing. Like, you know, my brother, he was, I don't know how to even put it, y'all, but, you know, and Prince is from Minneapolis. So there's a different flavor tone going on there, you know. What I'm really trying to say is, over time, I began to get him a little bit more like, oh, but I think it's still both and. I still think Purple Rain is some bullshit as far as, like, I was right to think he's gay, because he does act gay, like, you know. And one year on the MTV Awards, he had his ass out in the fucking outfit. He's wearing some yellow lace and heels. If you lace and heels ain't really shit else, you gonna tell me, nigga. Like, I'm sorry. And then, you know, women respond. And then the women responding to it really fucked me up, because I'm like, y'all ain't rejecting this motherfucker? Like, let me come out this bitch with some heels on. Y'all gonna be like, some bullshit. Why is it okay for Prince? I think, and I wasn't the only brother asking this shit either. Like, why is it, you know, I can't. But anyway. In the end, Prince was a good man. He was a good man, and he was a down-ass brother. He was down for his people, too. In not a soft way, you understand? He was the truth. You know? Sometimes you have to lose things in order to appreciate them fully. But luckily, I had already begun to understand him long before he passed away. You know, and I still didn't have to be here for it. And he toned it down, you know, over the years. So some of that was just idiocy. But he did tone it down. It was still feminine, but some of it was just like he had refined it a little bit more towards over the many years before his death, and it was okay. You know, he wasn't hard to look at, and I didn't have to feel, you know. Yeah, so we're not doing 4 hours today. We're just not doing it. I'm gonna finish off these comments, you guys, and we're gonna land, because it's Sunday. You have lives, and you know, if I stay on too long, Janet will be mad at me. She might want to divorce me and stuff. You feel me? We already had a separation last year. I didn't say nothing, but and stuff. But Prince had hid Lauren and her children. He is the truth. Thank you for that detail, Anjanae. You go on to say, I feel like Wyclef didn't want her to be successful without him. You know, that goes on. That goes on, man. I should be a coach for fame. People that think they want to be famous. They need to come see me first. Come see me. Because I don't bite my tongue, and I'm willing to tell it. But that's definitely, certainly, because even the Fugees, while we appreciate all of them, if you come out there without Lauryn Hill, that ain't the Fugees to us. That's like the Jacksons without Michael. Wyclef was married, so he hid the relationship. Not sure about the chronology on it, Andrea, because I know that he, I don't know, but it was just, I mean, you know. And Praz seems like a good dude. Why didn't you just go with Praz then? Like, just not understanding. But, you know, Wyclef has a je ne sais quoi about him, and he is a very imaginative man, you know, like he's a producer and he's a big vision type guy. He's Haitian, so he's a different worldview. And I could just see that being sort of a lot and intoxicating and a big loss for Lauryn, you know. It's a few things. King, with the exception of you, most black males bring us sisters down. Wow. There's some good brothers out there, though. There is, Queen. You know, I know some of them, you know, and even ones that I don't know. I'm exposed to brothers on social media that I observe and stuff like that over, you know, sometimes when I'm on social media. And there's some good brothers out there. There is, you know. There is more than there isn't. Shiro, wicked Wyclef look like he's a sneaky bastard with something breath. You know, I don't do well on emojis, Queen, so I don't know what that emoji is. Is that hot breath? I don't know. Allison, for nothing. Truth, we actually not nothing for sex appeal. I think I'm out of context, Allison. For nothing, laughing out loud. We actually not nothing for sex appeal. I'm out of context. Good night, Andrea, and good night, because we are landing. We are landing. We are doing that. Bad breath, Shiro. Thank you. So today is Sunday. So I just want to say, I want to thank you all for coming and being part of the stream. I would have done this yesterday, but we had been on 4 hours on Friday, and I was just too fat and lazy yesterday. I just couldn't get it together. In fact, it was so hot that the heat knocked me out. I think I woke up kind of early in the morning. I barely remember being awake, and then somewhere I fell asleep, like, because it was just so hot. I didn't turn on the air, and it must just knock me out, dude. I woke up later in the afternoon. I feel like my nephew called me or I called him, but he was telling me today that we talked. I don't even remember talking to him. I mean, it was bizarre. Like, yeah, so yesterday was just a wrap. That couldn't happen. So, and I do also want to get off of here because it is hot and I don't usually wear clothes in my house, and I really just want to be naked and turn on my air, to be honest with you. And just to relax and recover. Mary Miller said it was a win for white life. I just saw that, Andrea. I'm yawning like I don't know what now. How do you know? So, thank you guys all for coming and being a part of the stream. And we will be together soon, inshallah. Yeah. I love you all. I'll see you soon.